Live?
Hello.
We are live.
Hello.
Hi, everybody. Welcome to the Creative Coding Scratch Day live stream game jam. So we're going to be working together to make a really cool game today. And we being me, Jack. Hi, everybody. Let's do a quick sound off. Let's go down our cameras.
All right, on camera 2 is Hannah. Hey guys, how's it going?
And me, camera 3, is Nick. Hello.
And camera 4 is Edward. How is everyone doing?
Hello, camera 5 is Rose. Nice to see you guys, everybody.
So if you haven't seen these live stream things before, there's a button you can use right over on the right side. You can switch perspectives to any of our cameras at any time. We're all going to be working on some really cool stuff. So should we talk a little bit about who we are and what we do?
Let's do it.
Yeah.
All right. So we're all teachers with creative coding. We teach after-school programs at different elementary schools all over Seattle, and we're all super Scratch gurus. So we're coming together today to make something really cool for you guys to play with and get an idea of how collaborative game making works. Do we have some fun facts about us that we want to talk about?
Yeah.
Yeah.
As I said, I'm Hannah, and before I worked for creative coding, I was a professional ballet dancer.
Ooh.
Ooh,
Very
professional
nice.
what? You cut out.
Professional ballet dancer.
Okay. Sorry, I didn't catch that.
Do you still do that in your spare time at the moment?
Still do ballet in my spare time, yeah.
Nice.
Fun.
How old were you when you started doing it?
I was very, very small. I've been doing it practically my
Nice.
whole life.
Wow, cool.
Yeah.
Awesome.
Somebody else got a fun fact for us?
Nick, I really like the Seattle Sounders.
Ooh,
And
yes.
soccer is awesome. It's gaining a lot of popularity these days. Hope there's some other soccer players out there.
Woohoo.
I also think that Star Wars is probably the coolest thing in the world. So there you go.
Got 2 facts from Nick.
Double fact.
Rose, go for it.
My factoid is that I've been playing a lot of D&D recently. If you're on
Oh,
my stream, you can
yeah.
see the cool dice bag that I have, and the current character is.
Gotta
a
switch over to your stream. I want
paladin.
to see that.
Nice.
Yeah, I'll show the. I'm showing the bag. It's pretty cool.
Awesome.
I love D&D. It's like probably my favorite game ever.
It's super fun.
Nice.
Awesome.
You got a fun
Ed,
fact for us?
I'm coming in now.
Coming in hot with the fun
Edward,
facts.
I'm from London. I'm from England, and I've seen the
Ooh.
Queen in the flesh.
You're
And
kidding.
it
Whoa.
was exhilarating.
The real
Oh,
Queen.
man.
You
Real
can see
Queen.
her.
She even waved with her hand like they always do in the movies, where she doesn't actually wave. She just
Oh,
moves
the
her
whole
side.
turn. I think everybody knows what that looks like. We can probably all do that one.
Is everyone doing it?
It's the royal wave. I mean, you can't just talk about it and then not do it.
I just did it automatically. I didn't even think about it. Just doing it went ahead.
So for anyone watching, we have a live chat on the stream, but there is a delay. So if it takes us a little while to respond to a question that you have or a request or anything, don't blame us. There's a decent delay, so don't worry about it. We'll get there.
And there's also the option you guys have to change cameras as you're watching the stream in the bottom right of the little YouTube window you're in right now, so you can switch between all 5 of us. So keep that in mind.
Yeah, we're all doing different stuff. We're all going to be working on different games that we're then going to put into one big game. It's going to be really cool.
Yeah. And then we're going to share the link of the big game that we make all together, and you guys can play it if you want. So that should be really, really fun. All week long, we have been taking submissions from our students for sprites and game ideas, and we're going to be making shout outs throughout the video to all of our contributors. You guys are all collaborators on this game, which is super cool. We'll definitely credit you guys in the little collaborators section. Yeah, we're really excited to get started here. I'm just getting into Scratch right now, and I think I'm going to start working on my first game. What is everyone going to start working on right now? What do we got?
I am currently going to work on like a leading some stormtroopers to battle game where you've got to take them
Cool.
through like a maze of doors that open and close.
Cool.
And you've got to get them all to the end of this sort of crazy door maze.
Ed, you got to stay
And-
contemporary. Those are first order troopers, right? That's
Oh, sorry. Yeah, well, then you're leading them with Boba Fett, so there's a bit of like a time shift going on right now. So
Oh,
you break
old
them
school.
down.
Was that an idea from a student?
Yes, it was. This came from Jackson at West Woodland.
Oh.
Thanks, Jackson.
Yeah.
Which Jackson?
Jackson M, I do believe.
I think
Ooh,
it's a
Nice, thank you, Jackson M.
Yeah. I
Thanks,
worked on a
Jackson.
game By Jackson S from West Woodland.
Oh, nice.
Yeah. This is the Spam Can game.
Awesome.
Nice. That's fun.
Yeah, so I've drawn a very, very extensive pixel art Spam Can.
Have you guys ever had Spam?
I've never actually
have.
had it.
A couple times.
Yeah, I think I've had
Is
it.
terrible or is it good?
It's
Good.
Depends on what you have it with. I
Yeah,
think.
like what do
Okay.
you have
Yeah,
it on?
it's super salty. It's super fatty. It doesn't really taste that meaty. It's more like a really salty, fatty thing. And a lot of times people like fry it and put it on sandwiches. It's super popular in Hawaii, actually.
Yeah, I can't remember what it was called. It was a Hawaiian dish. It was like rice and seaweed and Spam. I can't remember what it was called now.
Oh, interesting.
It was good though. It was really yummy. Because I expected it to be like you hear Spam and go, ooh, Spam, but it's like
Yeah,
yummy.
exactly.
I mean, it was pretty good.
Yeah, it's the butt of a lot of jokes, but it's actually not bad.
Maybe I'll have Spam for dinner tonight.
Before we get too derailed by the spam, we should finish talking about what games we're doing. So, Nick, what game are you working on first here?
So I am working on a game that was inspired by Ezra from also West Woodland, actually.
Thanks,
Hey.
Ezra.
Thanks, West Woodland.
West Woodland coming through strong right now.
Ideas.
His idea was to make a maze run kind of game, and I
Oh,
decided to take
cool.
that and kind of give it a little twist where it's a memory maze. So the maze is going to show for a second and then kind of flash and disappear, and then you have to trace your way through the maze by remembering what it looks like.
Oh, that's awesome.
It's going to be fairly simple mazes, but if you can't see it, it's going to be a little tougher.
That sounds fun.
Cool.
Rose, what about you then? What are you working on at the moment?
I'm gonna work on a game called Noodle Mania, and the idea is
Nice.
from Ben from Saint Alphonsus. And
Thanks, Ben.
yeah, thank you so
Ben.
much, Ben. It's a cool
Thank you,
idea.
Ben.
And right now, I just kind of this noodle, and I'm gonna do something with it.
Nice.
I love noodles, so it's a great game for me.
Yeah, we got
Ben.
lots of food themed ideas.
We do, don't we?
Yeah, we do. So
Everybody's hungry.
it's a good premise for a game. I think food makes a really good. I mean, you look at Fruit Ninja. There's so many great examples of just terrific food games. So I'm starting with a non-food related game, and I actually have 3 shout-outs because 2 people submitted one game, and then someone else submitted another game, and I'm going to combine those game ideas into one crazy game. So I'm going to do a Flappy Bird red light, green light game. And 2 people suggested Flappy Bird. We got London and Lachlan from Queen Anne Elementary. So thanks, guys, for the Flappy Bird suggestion.
London and Lachlan.
Woo!
Guys.
Nicely done.
And then the red light, green light idea came from Bethany from St. Alphonsus. So thanks, Bethany. You're the best.
Thanks, Bethany.
Thanks, Bethany.
I'm not exactly sure how I'm going to combine these games, but we'll see.
Well, we're here to figure it out.
Yeah, we'll see. It could be interesting. All right. I'm gonna start diving in here.
Yeah.
I'm gonna peruse some of the sprites that we have that got submitted, see if any of them work well for this kind of game.
We got a lot of cool sprites.
Yeah, we did. We got like tons of cool sprites. You guys are super creative.
What's everybody's favorite sprite in Scratch? The
Ooh,
pre-made one.
that's a
The
toughie.
pre-made ones.
I kind of love the bat that looks like Batman.
Yeah,
The darker one. I love using that.
yeah, that one's pretty good. He's pretty creepy.
Adds a lot of atmosphere.
Yeah,
I'm a big fan of the squirrel.
Oh, the squirrel's a classic.
Squirrel is undeniably
Head.
fantastic.
Yeah. I guess I'm hungry because I gotta say the bowl of cheese puffs.
Yeah,
I always see that one.
that one's a pretty popular one. I'm a big fan of Gobo. I think he's pretty adorable, and you can do a lot of fun stuff with him. And little fun fact, Gobo actually means turnip in Japanese.
Wow.
Yeah,
interesting.
and if you look at Gobo, I'm gonna open him up on my stream here. He looks like a little turnip with some arms and legs, kind of.
Probably some sort of Gobo
I never
turnip
thought about
picking up
that.
game one day then.
Yeah. So there you go. The
Fun
food
fact.
theme is super prevailing here. All right, there's Gobo.
I have a Scratch question. If I use in our minigame structure, when the sprite clicked, will that mess with our structure?
Nope.
Can I use that?
Nothing is off limits anymore. You guys can use anything you want. I'm gonna make some slight adjustments to make sure everything works, but and nothing is off limits. I reworked. So what they're talking about right now is I actually put together a little framework to put all of our games together. A framework is kind of like it's the code that goes around the content to make the content work together. So I'm gonna go boot that up, and I can show you guys what I did a little bit here. I didn't do this during the stream because it would have taken a long time. It actually took me a lot of thought to figure out how to make this work right. But I'm probably going to be developing my games inside of the framework so that I don't have to reintegrate them. I can just integrate everybody else's games. Cut some corners.
And then hopefully we should
Do we
have
have
like a
the
nice.
studios set up yet for this minigame selection?
Let me check on that.
Well,
Yeah, well, we should talk about the cool ways that we're using Scratch 2.0 to kind of
Yeah.
put all our games together into one game.
You know, I
We're
just
using a studio.
realized something really
Right,
quick,
and then you can-
Rose.
What?
Sorry to cut you off really briefly here, but before you guys get
No, no.
started, I just had a thought. You guys should remix my game, my skeleton, the framework. So and then build
Oh.
your games within the framework, and then it will be like the easiest thing in the world to actually bring them all together because you guys will all be.
nice. A great idea.
That's a great
So
So
idea.
that's a couple of really good features in Scratch right there too. The remixing.
How does remixing work, Hannah?
um,
I haven't done it before.
So remixing you to start with somebody else's code and change it and adapt it to make it work for something that you're making.
Cool.
Yeah, does everyone know where the name Scratch came from actually, which has to do with remixing?
I
Huh.
don't.
Is it a DJ?
It's a DJ thing.
Oh, I had no idea.
All right, so
That's a
Jack,
fun
where
fact.
is your skeleton?
I am making a studio for it now, and then I will
Amazing.
add you guys all to the studio if I can figure out how to do it. I'm kind of new to Scratch 2.0, but I'm figuring it out.
Have you
Yeah,
used
I've used
1.4 a lot?
Oh, so much.
Me too.
I-
I'm just
I-
using 1.4.
1.4 is very close to my heart. All right, here we go. I got a studio here, CC4K Scratch Day live stream. Let's add
Sure.
some folks here. Is that curators? I would just add you guys as curators. Is that the deal?
Yep.
All right,
That should
invite
work.
curators. All right. I don't know all of your Scratch IDs. Would you guys post those in my chat so that I can go take a look at those?
Sure thing.
Na, 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 na.
So what other games are you guys playing at the moment then?
So I am just getting back into Terraria a little bit, and then
nice.
Ooh.
yeah, and then a new game I've been picking up, which I think is probably the most fun I've had playing a video game in a long time. It's got to be Rocket League.
Oh yes, amazing.
Nice.
Rocket League is-
myself.
I've never heard of that one.
Oh
What's
my
that
gosh,
like?
it's incredibly
You are
fun.
missing out.
Yeah, it's
Rocket League is amazing.
it's pretty much the coolest game I've played in a long time.
It's basically like soccer but with cars.
Yeah.
And the physics is what makes the
Rocket
game so
cars.
fun.
Mhm.
Yeah,
Not
but
just
yeah,
normal cars.
Yeah, they can move pretty quick.
Rocket cars.
Yeah.
Awesome.
It's like
You
if you
can-
took driving and made it extreme, like extreme tic-tac-toe.
Extreme.
Yeah, it's super. So it's actually it's a sequel to an older game that was called Supersonic Rocket Powered Soccer Cars or something
Yeah.
like that.
That's amazing.
Yeah, and I think that they made a huge mistake varying from that name. Rocket League just does not have the same ring to it. But what are you gonna do? Super Rose Bros. That's great.
That's me.
All right, I think I got everyone on here. I think so.
So you can invite us to the studio? Is that what
I
you're
guess I added you guys as curators, and I'm not sure what
Uh-huh.
that means for you. But I did. I invited curators. Oh, I should follow you guys.
What's your studio
Yeah.
called?
It's called CC4K Scratch Day Live Stream! Exclamation point! Exclamation point! Which is not nearly enough exclamation points for how excited I am about this. So I'm
Not
adding some
nearly
more.
enough.
There we go. That's more appropriate. So Hannah, you were telling me about something. I can make this a open studio to make this work a little easier. How would I do that?
Yeah. So if you go to
Oh,
your studio,
I see it now.
yeah, you see the
I
checkbox.
do. All right. Okay. That's a lot easier than what I was trying
Alright,
to
I
do.
found the studio.
And now we can get going here.
Will you post them to the studio?
Yes,
in my
I
chat?
will. I will. Just a moment. Let me get over there. All right. Right, that's right. Mac hotkeys. This is my first time running Mac OS, so it's a little interesting.
Oh,
You
really?
normally run?
I usually run, there's lots of different Linux distributions, and I've bounced around between a lot of them. So that's where I'm most comfortable. But
You should talk about what Linux is for people who
oh
don't know.
yeah,
Yeah.
okay. So you guys have probably all heard of Mac and PC, and Windows runs on PCs, and Mac OS runs on Apple computers, so Macs. And then Linux is a open source third-party operating system, and there's tons of different people contributing to it. It's a free open source project, which means that anybody who wants can contribute to the project, and it's all community based, which is really, really cool. But it also means that it takes a lot of work to get everything working, because there's a lot of different people contributing different stuff, and you got to make sure everything plays together nicely. So it's a little
It's
bit of a
kinda like
hassle
what
to get
we're
going.
doing
What
for
was
our
that?
game.
Yeah, exactly. So
We're the
I'm going to
Linux
be
and
pulling
Scratch
everybody's
game.
code together. All right.
right.
So did everyone get into the studio okay?
Yes.
I'm going to go ahead and add my scaffolding there, and then you guys should go ahead and remix that.
Awesome.
Great.
Remix. I'm going to throw on some background music on my stream. First,
really
we're going to be listening to the soundtrack from a game called Crypt of the Necrodancer, which is a really cool rhythm-based dungeoning game where you're in like a little dungeon and you
Oh,
have to move
nice.
based on the rhythm. It's a really crazy game.
Oh, that's so
Yeah.
cool.
It's got a really
fancy
fun
something a little bit-
soundtrack.
If you fancy something a little bit more low-key and chilled out, I'm listening to the Life is Strange soundtrack. It's a bit more of acoustic vibe, bit of a more like Sunday morning thing to it. So if you fancy
Goes
hearing
along
that,
nicely
one
with
to
the
work out.
soothing voice of Ed.
Yeah.
Uh-oh, my audio does not.
Now, if anyone has played the game Fez before, I'm listening to the Fez soundtrack.
Ooh.
I've only gotten to play it a little bit myself, but I really like the music for it.
I'm listening to the TL soundtrack over here.
I love that game.
Me too.
You guys want to talk about those games a little bit?
Ooh. I could talk about FTL.
Yeah, what do you like about
I
FTL,
It's so
haven't
Rose?
played FTL.
Oh gosh, it's so cool. I mean, you're kind of on a spaceship and you control all your different crew members in the spaceship, and you are trying to go through this galaxy. And I think you're like a rebellion, and you're
Okay.
kind of going against the Empire, sort of like a Star Wars thing.
Okay.
But it's really fun. It's really great, and you die a lot. It's like, you know, it's easy. To
Yeah, it's a hard
up the
game,
ship
right?
and catch on fire and get attacked by aliens and all this stuff. So it's super cool. But the soundtrack's very great. So go over to Hannah's stream if you want to listen to that. I am listening to the Minecraft soundtrack, if that's up your alley. I think it's just the soundtrack from Alpha, though, so some of the new music won't be playing. Okay.
I'm gonna step away for a sec, but I'll be right back.
How is
Miss
Noodle
you.
Mania coming along, Rose?
How's what?
How's Noodle Mania coming along?
Oh, it's coming along splendidly.
What are you working on right now?
Right now I'm bringing the noodle into my remixed
Nice.
studio game that I got here. And yeah, I'm just trying to make it so you can kind of drive the noodle around.
Nice.
And I love noodles.
What's your
So,
favorite pasta dish?
That's a really good.
I had some cheese tortellini last night, which was pretty delicious.
Ooh, I love tortellini. Good choice.
Thank you.
I really like pesto, and I think
Ooh.
like a fettuccine is good with that. Are
Mm.
those like the thick noodles? I don't know.
Yeah, fettuccine are the flat ones,
It
right?
sounds delicious, whatever it is.
Macaroni is a very solid noodle as well.
Yeah, that's true.
There's so many
So
different
this is one
noodle
thing I've
shapes
had a
out there.
couple
It's
times.
ridiculous.
There are these noodles that you can make out of a vegetable, actually, or out of a gourd. If you use a spaghetti squash, you can take it and cook it and then kind of shred it into noodle shapes and use that instead of a noodle made out of wheat
Wow.
or egg or whatever. And it's delicious.
Cool.
Mmm. Is that why they call it spaghetti squash?
Maybe. I think so. Possibly. I'm gonna say yes.
Maybe it just looks
But
like
don't quote me
spaghetti
on it.
in the squash.
It sounds pretty probable. All right, so I'm diving into this Flappy Bird red light, green light game. And I'm thinking like red pipe,
sounds so
green
fun.
pipe. And like, how
I
can I
love
make that, like, what do you guys think? Should you like not flap when you're going
I'm back.
through the red pipes and then you have to flap or something? I gotta think about this.
Yeah, how would you do that actually? Maybe have you? I saw a game at E3 a few years ago where your car, you just have two different coloured platforms. I imagine like your red pipe and your green pipe, and it was something like that. But your car could only move. It was like a 2D platforming racing game, and your car could only drive if it was touching. You could like switch the color of your car, so you had
Oh.
to keep switching it to match the platform you're on,
Whoa.
otherwise your car wouldn't drive.
That's amazing.
Whoa,
So it
I
was
like
a really
that
simple
idea.
mechanic, but it was really fun to play.
So like
maybe
you have to
could do something
switch
like
to the
that.
color of the pipes you're about to pass through before you
Yeah,
pass
and if you
through
don't,
them.
then it like stops you or something. Yeah.
Oh, that's interesting. That's interesting.
That might
I
be
like
fun.
that idea. Although I feel like maybe that loses a little bit of the nature of like red light, green light, where you're supposed to like do
Actually,
something
yeah,
and then
that's
not do something, kind of, you know?
And then immediately, yeah, that's true.
I don't know. I'll have to think about it, but I really like that idea. If I don't do
Something
it
to
today, I'll probably
think
make that
about.
game later.
Nice.
That's fun.
All right. Mm-mm-mm. So Nick, what are you working on?
The memory maze, and I
Right,
just
right.
opened the Micro Game World skeleton project so I can remix that and try to put
Awesome.
stuff in there.
Cool.
So when I'm working with the skeleton, to add my game name to the list,
Yes.
is it on the stage there under the green flag? We have delete all of games, and then should I add an add to the list there with my game name?
Okay,
works?
yes. So if let me do a quick explanation of how to use the skeleton.
Yeah, walk us through this.
Yeah.
Hold on, I'm gonna switch over to your.
Yeah, if you want to look at my stream, that's a good idea, or I'll explain so you can follow along in your
Sure
own
thing.
project if you want to.
Awesome.
So if you hop over to this, so the only sprites that you should edit, the only code that you should change that's already here is where it says when green flag clicked on the stage, and then it says delete all of games.
Uh-huh.
You want to go ahead and add, right after we delete everything from games, we're clearing it out so that we don't have any leftovers, and then you want to add the name of your game in all caps to games.
Okay.
Okay.
And then
So-
what that'll do is it'll add your game to the list of games that can be picked from. And when your game should be, the way your game should start is using a hat block that is a when I receive, and the broadcast should be exactly the same string that you added into the games array, list.
Gotcha.
So all I do is add spam to weighted games.
Not
correct?
weighted games, to
Well,
games.
Not weighted games, just
No,
games.
I do.
Alright,
The
I
waiting
got it.
happens later to make sure you don't play
Later.
the same game over and over and over and over again.
Awesome.
What if I want to play the same game over? and over?
So that's actually a really good question, because for testing, you might want to do that. What I do for testing that, if you look at when I receive next level, there's a pick random 1 to length of weighted games. If instead of pick
Gotcha.
random, you pull that out and you put the number of the index for the game that you want to test over and over again, you can wire it to do that every time. You can manually pick the game. Or, even better, you could put an ask in there, and you could have it ask you what game you wanted to play in between each game or something. So you guys can feel free to mess with the testing for that. But as far as what I'm going to copy into the final product, I will copy whatever's attached to that green flag clicked and delete all of games. I'm going to add that in, and then I'm going to add all your sprites in, and then everything should just work. One thing is try your very, very best not to use global variables. Those I will have to remake individually, which it takes a little bit of time. And then the other thing is games cleared, the global variable, that right there is your difficulty.
Difficulty.
Yes.
Right.
So use
Okay.
that to scale your game difficulty.
Cool.
I've found that a really great function for scaling game difficulty, particularly with moves and stuff, is to use the square root of games cleared, because that way it's not a linear difficulty increase. It gets more
Right.
difficult quickly at the beginning, and then it starts to plateau out a little bit.
Okay, fine.
So I like that one a lot. And then the other
Awesome.
thing that you will have at your disposal too is the game state variable will be equal to whatever your game is called, whatever you add to the string, until the game is ended. And the way you end your game is with a broadcast level cleared or a broadcast level failed. Those broadcasts already exist in here, so you should be able to see them. And if you want to clear the pen and everything in your game, you can use broadcast clear all, and that will repaint the check marks and the X's without and clear everything else, so that you don't accidentally clear the stuff that we want to persist from the game state, like your checks and X's. So I guess that's one block that needs to be replaced in your games. Is don't use in the pen tool. Don't use clear. Instead, use my broadcast for clear all.
Okay.
And then that, besides that, everything is on the table. You can use whatever sprites or anything you want.
Oh. So when in your code structure are you adding a new game to games list?
Can you say that one more time? I'm sorry, Hannah, because it should happen at the very beginning of. If you just add to that when green flag clicked to add to the games. I'm not quite sure I 100% understood your question there, Hannah.
Oh, I'm just getting a bug. Not adding my game to the list.
Of games?
Correct.
Did you put it before or after the delete all?
After.
Okay. I'm opening up your stream now so I can spy on you and see what's going wrong.
Moving
Oh my
things
gosh.
around a little bit.
That spam can is so awesome.
Oh, I have to see the spam can.
Oh my gosh, it's amazing. So Hannah, the place where you just added the ad, that's the wrong green flag. You want to go to the green flag that only has one block on it that says delete all of games. And you want to put it just
I
after
see.
that. Yeah.
I am not seeing that.
It's to the
If
right.
I clean up my code.
Yeah, Hannah's showing off the cleanup code tool. You can also
There it
zoom
is.
out
Best
on your
tool
code
ever.
too if you have too much code that you can't see it all at once. I'm going to zoom in a little bit
Alright.
here.
Oops.
So did you find that little script?
I found it. All working. Thank you.
Awesome. All right.
Oh yeah, okay. I was
Collaborative
having that
debugging.
problem too.
Awesome.
So everyone should be good to go. I guess one other thing is your sprites should have a when I receive clear all hide
Sure.
if you don't hide them manually after your game. As long as you just have it when I receive clear all hide, they'll never show up when they shouldn't. So
Including at the beginning, so we don't need a when green flag clicked.
you don't need a when green flag clicked. You
All
do
we
want to
need
make
is
sure
when
you
receive.
show all of your sprites when they get their broadcast. It sounds
So
more
when your game
complicated than it
starts.
is. Once you guys
Yeah.
start doing it, you'll be fine. All right. So I'm thinking we got red pipes and green pipes. And I'm thinking that maybe when you get to a red pipe, or maybe all the pipes can be red or green, and then when they turn red, everything stops moving, but you have to keep flapping to keep yourself from falling. And then when it
That
turns
idea.
green, they start moving again. What do you guys think?
I like that idea a lot.
Yeah, that sounds perfect.
All right, I'm gonna give that a shot. We'll see how it goes.
Yeah, see how it works out.
Yeah.
So I've got a strange bug. I wonder if anyone knows. I made a timer, and I have the timer incrementing down by 0.1, and it waits 0.1 seconds, and it's supposed to repeat until timer equals 0 is what I had. And it just goes right past 0. Doesn't stop at 0.
Weird.
Yeah.
It's a repeat until timer equals 0.
Yeah.
If you change it to a less than, does it work?
It does, yeah.
But that's not
Just a
exactly
little
what you want.
strange.
It's weird to skip it if you're using
Yeah.
0.1 increments.
Yeah.
Huh. That is strange.
And let's see, I'm setting the timer initially to 10 minus rounding the square root of games cleared. So let's see. So it should
Yeah,
be
it should be a
starting at
whole
10
number.
since games cleared is 0 right now.
What if you round afterwards? Just like round at the do the addition first and then round. I mean, it should it shouldn't mathematically make a difference, but because 10
But
is...
we'll try it.
Yeah, I'm just trying to think of ensuring that we have a whole number before we go in there. So the reason that it's important to have a whole number going in there, or at least a number that doesn't have anything in the hundredths place, is that we don't want to skip over 0. And if we're offset by a number that's not evenly divisible by 0.1, then it'll skip over 0. So that's why we're testing this out. But I don't know. It seems like it shouldn't make a difference, but
Still skipping over it.
weird.
Strange. Well, guess I can do the workaround here.
So the debugging
Until time is
tools,
less than 0.1.
one of the tools I like to use for debugging in Scratch is say, and have him say what that number is equal to each step, and you can see what it or you can just have it show, like you're doing right now, which makes a lot of sense. I have to run for just a moment. I will be right back. But this is an awesome opportunity for you guys to check out the awesome break screen that Rose made for me. Woohoo!
You want to see my dog? Hey, Zoo, come become the internet famous. Come here. Come here.
Name, Hannah.
Zula?
Zula.
Nice.
She's being very lazy right now, though. Come here.
It's the
Come
weekend.
here.
She's had a long week, I bet.
I know. Come show everybody your beautiful
Okay,
face.
I'm back, and I have news.
Hello.
This is Zula. Zula, say hi to everybody. Hi,
So
everybody.
I see Nick is trying to test out Micro Game World right now, and it's not working because I just found a bug in my skeleton. So
Oh, where's the bug?
I need everybody to come together for a second because I want everyone to fix this at once to make sure that we get it. So everyone go to the stage,
All right.
okay? And now the script that starts with next level, go take a look at that.
Okay.
And then
Yeah.
go over to data and let's grab an item number of, right, from variables or data rather, and change it
Yeah.
to weighted games. And then where it says pick random 1 to length of weighted games, take that and put it where the 1 drop down is. So
Okay.
now it should read item, pick random 1 to length of weighted games of weighted games. And then put that right back to where it says set game state.
Gotcha.
Cool.
Okay?
Alright, so item, pick random, 1 to length of weighted games.
Of weighted,
weighted
games.
games.
Yep. And that should be in the set game state 2. So the whole line should read set game state 2, item, pick random 1 to length of weighted games of weighted games. And basically what that code is doing is it's taking a look at the list of weighted games, and it's picking a random, what's called an index from that list, and it's using that index to find out what the value at that index is in the list, and setting our game state to that value, and then broadcasting it. So that's what actually fires off our games. That's what tells them to get started.
Okay.
Before, it was actually broadcasting the index instead of the value. So it was broadcasting like 0 or 1 instead of broadcasting, whatever the name of your game is.
There's no
Okay.
game 1. Game spam. but
Game
no game
spam.
1.
Mine is Game Noodle.
Nice.
Mine's red pipe, green pipe.
So when we want to add our game to the skeleton, are we remixing the skeleton?
Right now, you guys are remixing the
doing.
skeleton, and that way you're already building into the framework, so then I can use my backpack, which is a cool, handy Scratch 2.0 tool.
The backpack is the best.
And then I'm going to go grab all the code from your remixes and then bring them back to the original and plug them all in.
Okay, I think I get that.
Yeah, this way it
So
just
we
saves
using-
me some integration time because you guys are already working with the
Fine.
framework I'm going to have to put them into.
Fine. So are we using the backpack ourselves to transfer everything from our game into the skeleton then?
Yeah.
So I'm going to be doing that because you guys can't... So Scratch 2.0 doesn't have actual collaboration in a single game.
Well, that's why we're remixing. them.
Exactly, yeah, so-
if Ed has already started a game, then he would want to put everything in his backpack, right? And then add it into the remixed version of your
Oh
game.
yes, yeah, definitely. If he's
Okay.
not in the remix yet, then he definitely wants to do that. That's for sure. I thought yes. Sorry, I misunderstood.
No worries. No, I'll try and get a game in then and see if I can do it.
Guys, that never happens. I'm always on the ball, like 100% of the time.
It's true. Jack is always on ball.
Although it's funny to say that because I'm more of a frisbee player personally, so we use flat balls. So that's
Here we go.
not quite
I'm
the.
always on the frisbee.
Are you... Sorry, one more potential question. How... Can you drag a stage into the backpack?
Ed, I'm gonna say that's an actual question, not just potential. But yes, if you want to add backdrops, that's fine. I'll grab those as well and then put them in. Just make sure you name all of your backdrops and don't put any code on the stage. You can switch backdrops from your sprites.
Fine. Okay, cool.
If
I only
you-
have one backdrop and it doesn't... That's fine then.
Yeah, and that's a new thing in 2.0, right?
Yes, that's true. So in Scratch 1.4, you can't actually change the backdrop from anything but the stage code. But in 2.0, you can change it from anywhere, which is interesting. I don't know if it's the most useful, but it's a little handy. It's handy for moments like this when we're collaborating, for sure.
Yeah, that's great.
All right. Now that we're all getting into the thick of things, things might get a little quieter in here. So if you guys
Yeah,
have
we're all
questions for us,
focusing.
please feel free to ask them in the chat, and our lovely moderators, Diego and Graham, will relay them to us.
Yeah, why don't you guys let us know if you're making any Scratch games over the weekend or what you guys
Yeah.
are
What
working
kind
on
of
at
things
the
are you
moment.
guys making right now?
Oh, we want to know about your games. What's the most complicated game in Scratch you've ever made, guys? Yeah,
Oh gosh.
Ooh. Let's see.
it could be complicated with art. It could be complicated with story. It could be complicated with code. I guess I'm just wondering, like, what Scratch game have you poured the most time into?
I put a lot of
Um,
time into my playing fetch with my dogs game
Ah.
because I mean it's the gameplay's pretty simple, but I wanted to make sure that my one dog who's really lazy didn't go after the ball every single time, so it was like real life because he never goes after the ball
That's
unless he
so
knows he can get it.
funny.
And the other dog, she's like a ball of energy, so she'll always go after it. So I kind of put a lot of time into making sure those personalities came through in the gameplay.
Nice.
Nice.
I made pretty recently a kind of one aspect of tower defense. I think a
Oh.
couple of us were working on some parts of
Yeah.
it as a side
Mhm.
project, and I managed to put together a whole targeting thing so that clones could target other clones, specific ones, to aim the turret shots at, and it was a bit complicated.
Yeah.
Awesome.
Yeah, to
I made
to piggyback on Nick's, I was working on that project also, and I made an artificial intelligence pathing algorithm that will take any terrain with walls and goals, and it will turn it into a weighted grid where your little AIs can pick what the fastest way to get to the goal is from anywhere. It's kind of cool.
That sounds very confusing.
I use Dijkstra's algorithm. It's fun.
Nice.
Awesome. I made a pretty faithful Pac-Man clone
Nice.
quite a long time.
Nice.
Did you have like all of the elements from the original in there?
Pretty much. Yeah,
What did
I
you
tried
have for
to
the power-ups? Were they pieces of fruit or was it something
pieces
different?
of fruit. Yeah, I did
Nice.
it. It was like pretty faithful. I was
Nice.
yeah, and I tried to make all the ghost AIs what they are in the actual version.
Sweet.
Oh, one thing I want to remind everybody, don't forget to dispose of your clones.
Yeah, because there's an upper clone limit.
That and it will slow the game down if we have too
Well,
many
that's because
clones.
there's
What's the upper clone limit, Hannah?
300 these.
Whoa. That's a lot of
Wow.
clones.
I bet it could fill up pretty fast though.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, I'm just looking at Nick's stream right now. That looks really fun. I love your little mouse. Has anyone used
if
any?
there are any-
Hopefully.
Has anyone
Oh,
used any
go
of
on,
our
Jack.
sprites from the our submitted sprites yet?
Yes, I have actually used one called Bubbles, which Kate from St. Alphonsus made for us in a Dodge the Laser game, which I was going to work on putting into the
Thanks,
skeleton
Kate.
later on.
Nice.
It's a
Awesome.
cute
Kate.
little bubble character, so thank you very much.
Thanks, Kate.
What about you guys? Anyone else?
I haven't really gotten to my graphics at all yet. I've been kind of scurrying around a bit, getting the framework going, so I'm a little behind.
I feel like the first game is the toughest because you have to really understand the framework fully before you can like.
Yeah,
Then we'll
definitely.
just start churning them out. I'm sure.
So does
Alright,
anybody else
so-
like Star Wars?
What kind of question is
Anybody else
that?
like Star Wars?
What are the things that we broadcast? So, level cleared or level failed is.
Yep.
Awesome. Thank you.
Mm-hmm.
So if you're watching my camera right now, you can see I have this awesome Kylo Ren mug that I got.
Where did you get it from?
I also have this Greedo plush. He is awesome. Say hello, Greedo.
Hi,
Hello,
Greedo.
Have you played any of the new Star Wars Battlefront game, Nick?
I have, yeah. It's a lot of fun,
It is.
especially when you have a jetpack and you can launch around the map. It's great.
Have you played as many of the heroes yet?
Not the new ones,
Okay.
but I played as the ones from that came out when it launched.
Nice. Who was your favorite to play as?
Oh, Darth Vader's pretty awesome.
Yeah, he is fun.
Luke is also fun too because you can zoom
He's
around the
just
map
so quick,
fast.
isn't he? Yeah.
I haven't gotten a chance to
They
play
made
yet,
an
but it
update
looks
to the
amazing.
game. about a month ago, and they made Vader like have twice as much health and be able to deflect lasers like for twice as long, and he's now
Oh,
a lot more
wow.
powerful than he ever was. He's a lot of
That's
fun now.
terrifying.
Yeah.
Because
He's a
Darth
lot
Vader's
worse
not
out
scary
there.
enough.
Across the map.
When you see like the glow of his red lightsaber coming around the corner, you know it's the end.
It's time to run. Join me or die. That was a terrible Vader voice. I'm sorry. That was way more Emperor, not very Vader.
So if you do like Star Wars, I'm also working now on a Star Wars TIE Fighter versus X-Wing space battle game.
Sweet.
Yes.
So I've managed to get a background of stars that scrolls infinitely, so it looks like you're sort of going through space like a space invader. And now you're going to sort of have to aim and shoot at this TIE Fighter who's going to be dodging and shooting back at you.
Awesome.
Ooh.
So, does anybody have a good idea for a ground for global variables?
Yeah, I do actually. So if you go over to the sensing category, as long as you only need one of your sprites to actually update the variable, you can read it from any of your sprites using a private variable. You can read from any of your sprites using the super handy sensing block with 2 drop downs in it. You can pick a variable, a private variable from any of the sprites or the
But
stage.
what if it has to do with cloning? So that because I don't want them all to have different variables. Which if I have them local, they'll all reset that. You know what I'm saying?
Could this be a list situation?
All I really want to do is tally the number of cans clicked and check if it's equal to the target number.
Gotcha. Do you have any sprites that don't clone themselves that could handle that variable?
I only have one sprite.
We have a question from the stream, if we can take a few moments to answer it.
Yeah, Ed, read it
Yeah.
off. What do we got?
It says, what is your first gaming experience, as in the first game you ever played?
Whoa.
I guess we can go down in order of cameras if you
Oh,
want. If Jack wants to
okay,
start
yeah,
off.
I got my answer ready for that one. This one's easy. I played back when I was little. I think I first started playing. The first game I really started getting into on my own was Lode Runner, which was a game that
nice, yeah.
you know that one? It was a game that came
I've played it a few times, yeah.
Yeah, it came pre-installed on really old Macintosh computers. And my mom found it on the computer, and actually, my first gaming experience wasn't even me playing. It was me watching my mom play, and every time her character would get caught and like die, I would run out of the room because I was too scared. I was little back then. I grew up and started playing the game myself too, but yeah, at first it was pretty scary.
That's very funny.
Yeah. All right, Hannah, what was your first gaming experience?
I was really into the backyard games.
Oh, backyard baseball.
Backyard baseball.
Oh,
That
backyard
was,
baseball.
like,
Sweet.
Oh.
Those
the
games
thing
were
I remember.
classic.
Do they still have those around? Do people still play those?
They've got to
I
be
think they
somewhere,
do. I
right?
sometimes see them in like Urban Outfitters or something. They sell them as like a little keychain or something now.
That's so funny.
amazing.
That is so funny.
I think it's hard to remember, but I think one of the first games I played was probably Oregon Trail.
Mm.
nice.
Yeah.
Back in when we had some of those old Mac computers in our classrooms, and they were those little square boxes, and yeah, we play Oregon Trail, and it was one of those educational games that was awesome.
Yep, that game was
where it's
fun.
kind of historical. You load up supplies into one of those Pioneer wagons
Mm-hmm.
and try to go across the country over to the new lands in the west. side of the
Manifest
country.
Destiny.
Yep.
Yeah. Yeah. That game was that was a really fun game. Always have to ford the rivers. Always ford the rivers. Never pay for the
No,
never pay
gotta
for
go
the
for it.
ferry. No. Never pay for the ferries.
Nothing bad will happen.
Yeah, no, I lost so much equipment washed down rivers. Oh my gosh. I was not a good. I was such a stubborn Oregon Trail pioneer. I would lose everything before I would pay a ferry to bring me across a river. Yeah, that game was a lot of fun.
I think my first, like, I actually still have it with me. I'm going to show it. I have this old cartridge of The Legend of Zelda Link's Awakening
Ooh.
Game Boy.
Nice.
The Game Boy was like the first proper thing I had that was my own. I don't think it was the first game I played. I think it might have been the second or third, but it was like the first one I spent more than like 30 minutes on at least. And
Yeah.
I must have put about 30 hours into that. I loved it.
Yeah, I bought a Super Nintendo at a yard sale, and that was my first console. And I played mostly
Nice.
Mario and Kirby. Kirby, I have a lot of fond memories playing Kirby All Stars way back. That's a great game. It's so fun. I love the whole, copy powers thing. It's just a fun idea.
That is a really cool idea. I think I remember the first time I ever played on like an actual like console. I remember this very vividly. It was on the train. I was like taking a vacation. I was on a
Wow.
train, and they had an
Interesting.
N64 with Mario Kart on it. And I like found this N64. I was like, oh my gosh! And I played Mario Kart like the whole time I was on the train. And eventually, after the train ride, I was able to get first place, and it was like the best
My
feeling
God.
That's
for
awesome.
little child Rose. And then I was like, oh my gosh, I have to get one of these. So then I was hooked.
Nice.
That's awesome.
That's how it all began. All right, I got a fun
Mario
question for
Kart.
you guys. So you're getting approached by a big gaming company, and they're like, "We want to sponsor you to competitively play any game you want. What game do you want to play competitively?
Ooh.
What would you guys go with? What do you think would be your best game for competitive play?
Competitive.
Yeah, like pro
Maybe The
gaming. It's a
Sims?
thing. It's real.
Can I play The
I was
Sims
just thinking The Sims too.
Competitive
How would
Sims?
you like?
Competitive Sims. I had the same thought, Rose.
Well,
I-
What would like
I'm
the
good
score
at it.
system be like?
I have no idea.
That's why it's so
Like first one to
interesting.
get married or something?
children.
Yeah.
Longest
happiness
person to
points.
survive. It's just literally people just playing other people's lives, trying to keep all the families together.
That sounds so cool. I would watch that competitive gaming stream.
Nice. I think I'd
about
probably
you?
have to go with Super Smash
Or
Brothers.
Jack? Oh, nice. Yeah,
I've played a lot
Oh,
of Super
gosh.
Smash Brothers. I'm pretty good, although I'm not anywhere close to as good as the pros these days. They're insanely good. But
Who's your like go-to character to play as?
well, my strongest version of the game is definitely Melee, and
Okay.
my strongest characters in Melee are Marth, and then I would be a Marth main, and then probably bring Captain Falcon as my secondary because you got to play for the people. Got to play for the people.
Okay, nice. Yeah.
That's what it's about. Captain Falcon's where it's at. Got to bring that knee.
I'm pretty good at Smash Bros as well, but I don't think I'm
Ooh.
quite good enough to compete there. I'd say my best may be Mario Kart Double Dash on the GameCube.
Oh, I will totally compete with you on that.
Oh, it's on! It's
Absolutely,
on!
it is on.
I love it. We're definitely gonna have to make that happen. That's gonna be our next live stream. It's gonna be a grudge match.
Yes. We should also do a Super Smash Bros. Match, though.
Oh yeah,
That
that
would
won't
be
last
super
long.
fun.
Sorry guys, just telling you in advance.
But do you do Melee? Do you do Brawl? What do you do?
I've played all of them. I haven't played the newest one that much. My strongest game is probably Melee, and then the original, and then Brawl, and then the newest one because I haven't played it much. But the original is so fun. It's really easy to just juggle people all over the place. And spikes. Oof. That game can be very cruel.
Yeah, it can.
Okay, so I need to get back to my code here. I was just looking for some sprites, but I'm having a bit of trouble getting my sprites to come up, unfortunately. My other screen here is frozen, so I'm sorry for my stream being a little boring for the past couple minutes. Getting back into it though.
Well,
Don't worry.
Your talking isn't boring, and that's half the stream.
So what I'm doing here
Well, no
now,
wonder the
since
pen
my
was
sprite. Sorry, go ahead, Nick.
I was just talking to myself. My pen size kept increasing, and I realized I used change instead of set.
Nice.
Oh, I do that a lot.
Oh,
All the time.
that's a classic problem. I think everyone's done that more times than they can count, probably. So what I'm doing now, I am gray boxing my sprite because I am having trouble grabbing a sprite for myself. So I'm just going to use this little gray box here, if you're looking at my stream, to represent my Flappy Bird. And then I'm going to go replace it later so that I don't have to sit around banging my head against the wall. All right.
I'm getting so into this noodle. Like, I want to make it look perfect. I want it to be the most perfect noodle that you can just drive around. That's going to be the whole game. Like, there's not even going to be anything that you have to do.
Just a perfect noodle.
No, I will add something else. But I really want to get the noodle perfect.
All right. Try this.
I think I just like saying the word noodle.
Noodle is a good word.
Oh, I'm seeing, it looks like one of our viewers, Hard Chimp, was talking about Super Smash Bros. And Donkey Kong. And yeah, I gotta say, Donkey Kong is a lot of fun in Super Smash Bros. He's a lot of fun. He's got a couple different spikes, which are really fun. You go off stage, knock people around. It's good stuff. You gotta be careful, though, because his recovery is not super great. His grabs more than make up for it, though.
One does not simply create the perfect noodle.
I know, I just saw that. It's brilliant, isn't it?
Thank you. But I'm going to try my best.
I gotta pay more attention to the chat. You guys are
The
hilarious.
chat is brilliant.
Yeah.
There's so much to pay attention to.
I
Oh,
know.
someone's talking about
Yeah.
Pokemon in here now. We gotta talk about our favorite
Yeah, what do
Pokemon
you guys think of the
characters.
starters?
Yeah, who's your starter?
I haven't seen anything at the Sun and the Moon starters thing, so what's all of
yeah.
that about then?
Yeah, they just showed off who the new starters are, and
Oh, nice.
it's like there's a seal with a red clown nose. Is like a water
That
type.
one's funny.
Yeah, and then I think the grass type is like an owl that's a flying and grass type, which is really interesting for a
Yes,
starter to have
that's
flying.
Rowlet, and I see a lot of like people are into Rowlet, and I agree because I think grass is my favorite type, and
Yeah.
owls are awesome.
Yeah, it's making me a little nervous though because you see, the seal, and it's like we already have seal Pokemon, right? We got Dugong.
That's true.
And
Seal.
Seal and Dugong are already seal characters. They just put a red nose on Seal.
But I think it's like a clown type. It's like
Yeah, wait, is that a real
It's a
thing?
water
Did they
clown.
add a new type? Is it called
But I
clown
bet they're
type?
gonna
I
make it.
really hope it's called
No.
clown type.
Who else would be clown type? Mr. Mime would be clown
Yes.
type.
Oh my gosh, yes,
Jinx.
that's
I
so
think
funny.
Jinx would be clown type.
Jinx, yep, Jinx makes sense. I'm with you on that. Who else
Maybe
would be?
like yeah, who else?
I mean, there's some
yeah.
there's some Pokemon that are clownish that could be like clown type just based on their behaviors, you know?
Yeah, like
Jigglypuff. Jigglypuff is she's such a little troll. She puts everyone to sleep and then draws
Jigglypuff
on
is a
everyone's
clown.
faces all the time. I don't know
I
if that's
love
still a
that.
Well,
thing.
isn't
And
Jigglypuff a fairy type now? Didn't they make like?
oh, that's right.
Yes.
Yeah.
Fairy was the new type in the last game, right? Or
Well-
in X and Y.
Right. I'm having a hard time keeping up with all the Pokemon now. I really know the first
There's too
150.
many.
So those are the ones I know best. Okay, I need to get back to doing some more coding
We
here.
we just had another question on the chat from Elliot Thompson. He says, "What is someone's highest record on any classic game?"
Whoa.
And if I might field this one first because I have another prop I can show off.
Uh-oh, wait, hold on. Maybe you should go last, Ed, so the rest of us don't look like...
I'll go last.
Okay, so everyone can wait in suspense while we talk about all of our mediocre achievements in games. Let's think about this. That's a good question. I like that.
It's a great question.
Yeah. Oh, I got a random. It's not a high score necessarily, but in the original Super Smash Brothers, I can beat 3 level 9 computers on a team against me without team damage on. So they can't hurt each other. 3 level 9 computers versus me, and I can take them all out.
Wow.
That's
Wow.
an accomplishment for me. It's not a high
That's a
score,
Totally.
I can't think necessarily of any high scores, but I do remember when I was a kid, I had one summer where I was visiting my grandparents, and they had my uncle had left this old original Game Boy there, the old massive gray
but oh yeah,
bricks, and
without
there
any
was
backlight or
a
anything.
yeah, there's
I
a
remember
Super
those.
Mario Bros. Game. It was like the first one, I believe, on the Game Boy. And I had a particularly boring day where I decided I was going to play that and got all the way through the game, wrote down my score, and then started over
Whoa.
and got through the game again and wrote down my score. And I did that about 8 times that day.
Nice.
And my score kept getting higher and higher each
Wow.
time. So I got pretty good at beating that game.
And you were keeping your own score. That's very smart.
Well, you
There
always
was
had
no,
to
like,
use
recording in that one.
you had to use paper and pencil with video games back then because that's how you would do saves. You'd have to write down the code for your save state and
Yeah.
stuff because they didn't actually save any information on the cartridges. So you had to remember
Yeah.
which code it was or just start over every time you played. Ooh, I just switched over to Ed's stream and I'm seeing some pretty cool looking Star Wars action going on there. If you guys haven't checked out
It's
his
almost
stream yet.
done. I think I've pretty much got it working now.
Nice.
And I'm just going to put in the level failed and level cleared, and I'm going to try and whack it in the skeleton.
Awesome, man.
How's everyone else's game going? How is Noodle Mania coming?
I'm so desperately in love with my noodle. Like, it is so cool. I'm just really excited about it. It looks so fun.
Before we get too far away, though, I want to make sure Ed gets a chance to gloat here a little bit because I think
really
he might have a
appreciate it.
gaming
Right, show me
achievement.
For a second, the conversation was spilling over somewhere else, but I'm
No.
glad you brought it back.
I want to see this, man. I'm interested.
So a year ago, my class had a original Donkey Kong competition,
What? Nice.
and we all played through like the original game, and it was just the first level, and you just had to survive for as long as you could and jump over as many barrels as you could and get
Nice.
as high a score as you possibly could. And we must have
Awesome.
played it for like half an hour or so, and the first like 10-20 minutes I'm not getting past like 1,000 2,000 points, and you get 100 points every time you successfully jump over a barrel. Anyway,
Yep.
long story short, I ended up surviving for like the last 15 minutes, and I got up to like 15,000
Whoa.
points, and I got presented with this little Donkey Kong figurine, which now sits
my
nicely on my
gosh.
desk.
I need to see it. Oh, the
Awesome.
stream delay. I want to see it now.
Oh my gosh,
It was one of
that's
my
amazing.
prouder moments.
Yeah.
As
That game
Very
was so hard. Oh my gosh.
it was so hard, wasn't it?
It
The
took
hit
me-
detection was all off, but it
it-
made it so rewarding when you could
Yeah.
actually do it.
Oh, the sound effects too in that game were so satisfying when you jump over the barrel and it goes like dee-dee-dee-dee.
Yeah, there we
So
go.
good. Oh, there he is. Nice. Oh, that's great. That's a great little trophy. Well earned. Well earned.
Oh,
So-
the chat is asking if we can share any of our games. They're looking to see if they can play anything. Yeah.
I am way not ready to share anything yet because I have been so distracted. I haven't really coded much.
Hopefully, in like half an hour or 40 minutes, we might have something we can send out.
We're
maybe?
getting close on StemClicker.
Okay.
Nice.
Mine is just about done as well.
Cool. Nice.
Good. All right, I need to focus
Trying
in
to
here.
scale the difficulty well, though. Ooh. That was weird. It's not how that's supposed to work. What's that tiny can doing?
So talking about Donkey Kong actually reminds me of a fun little trivia fact. So Donkey Kong, the original Donkey Kong, was the first appearance of Mario in any game, and that was actually before he even had the name Mario.
Wow.
Yes.
He was named Jumpman in Donkey Kong, and actually, it's not Princess Peach he's trying to save; it's his girlfriend Paula. Princess Peach wasn't even invented yet.
Paula.
Yeah, Paula. who
I thought it was
Interesting.
Pauline.
is it Pauline?
I don't
Oh, I
know.
think
That's
I've
what I
heard.
have in my brain.
Yeah, I think it might
That
be.
I was.
It might
calling
be
her that.
Pauline. It might be Pauline. The details not
I'm sure she would
100%
answer Paula,
positive.
though. Like that's pretty close.
Yeah, close enough,
If
right?
you were like, "Hey, Paula," she'd be like, "Yeah, I'm Paula. That's me."
Probably not because she's a pixelated digital character, but you know,
Pokemon. Or are you gonna call her Pokemon?
I almost called her a Pokemon. She's definitely not a Pokemon.
Well, who knows? There might be a Pokemon called Pauline, and we don't know about it because there are just so many,
That's true.
and we don't know what they all are.
That's true. I wouldn't put it past him to
Rose's
have a
game is
Pokemon.
like, what's Nobi Nobi boy? Nobby boy?
What does that mean?
I don't. He just said in the stream that
Where?
my noodle game is like it.
Oh, I don't know about that game.
Oh, I want to look it up now. I'm gonna look it up really quick.
So I saw a question in the chat a bit ago asking where we learned to scratch.
Oh, that's a good idea.
Oh.
So we all have really different backgrounds, actually, which is cool. I went to college for programming, and I'm a developer in my spare time, which you would never guess based on watching my stream right now, because I'm doing like nothing. But yeah, so I'm a coder first, and then I came to this to teach for creative coding, and I picked up Scratch, fell in love with it, have had so much fun with it, and I've been learning through teaching and playing with it, actually.
Yeah, my background is in math, and I am primarily a self-taught coder, but I do a lot with technology and art. And then in terms of Scratch, again, self-taught through teaching and all of that good stuff. But it's an amazing tool.
Nice.
Nick,
Yeah, I am.
camera 3, you have to go next.
Order. Yes.
Where matters.
I am self-taught as well. I don't actually have much background in code. I took a little bit of an online class in Python. I took an online class in artificial intelligence, which was pretty cool. And I think
Awesome.
that kind of helped me learn a bit. But besides that, it's mostly practice and, teaching it. In the process of teaching, I learned a lot myself.
Totally.
Cool.
My background is not as impressive as anyone that's gone before me. I just came out of
Stop.
school after going to one programming class, and so I'm still sort of learning as I'm going along. And Scratch has been really useful for me to do that because there were a lot of sort of techniques and bits of code that I didn't really understand, and Scratch has made me be able to understand them really easily, which is really good.
Nice.
So yeah, I'm using it in my spare time to sort of make smaller games, and it's a lot of fun to use, and it's that's about it.
Cool. Yeah, my background is in design. I went to school for art design, but I've always been super interested in kind of game design and making games. So I really wanted to learn, the back end of that and how to do all the coding and stuff. So I was kind of trying to teach myself that, but I never really learned any languages like Python or Ruby or whatever. But but then when I, teaching for creative coding has been really great because, you do kind of learn as you teach, and it's really awesome to do that. So it's been helping me learn about programming a lot as well.
Nice.
Awesome.
But of course, I'm an art kid, so I love making sprites.
Game gets hard.
Oh yeah, I don't know how to change the difficulty on noodle games. I guess I could just have a timer, and you have less time to
Yeah,
get
that
your
works. Yeah,
noodle
that's
into
good.
the bucket.
Yeah, mine, you have as many cans as games you've cleared, so
Cool.
might get too hard too fast. I'm not
Mm.
sure.
Try square root of games cleared. Scale
But it's pretty easy at the beginning. I'm trying to figure out like
square root of games clear
The
plus
appropriate.
a base number works
Yeah.
really well.
nice. That's a good idea. Okay,
That way,
so
yeah,
so square root of games cleared.
yeah, plus a baseline.
Okay.
I
Where
have
did
a
games
scratch
cleared
question.
go?
Oh,
Yeah,
what do you
shoot.
got?
So I'm trying to not use any global variables because that's going to cause a bit of an issue for us. But I'm trying to slow down time of like 8 different lasers that I have on the screen. So when I press a button, I want to edit the variable I have so it changes the time variable for each of those 8 different sprites. Is there a way to do that without making it a global variable?
Yes. So
Okay.
hop over to sensing, and the guy
Okay.
that controls that variable will own the variable, the one who changes it, and then and then when they move, use the sensing block with 2 drop downs to look at his private variable and move those many steps. Do you know that sensing block I'm talking about? I think it's 4th from the bottom.
Let me in the sensing like category.
Yep, sensing category, 4th from the bottom. I think it by default
X
says
position
X
of-
position. Yeah, so pull that on out, and if you change the
Okay.
sprite to the sprite who owns that variable, then you can select that variable from the left drop down.
Oh, I see. Okay, fine. Let me
Isn't
have a
that
go at
cool?
this then. Brilliant. That
So-
is very cool.
Yeah.
Just so you guys know, I have one global variable right now because I can't figure out a workaround. I can spend some time. It's the weird
hand variable
hand variable
that I want to track.
that I want to track that's resetting for all sprites because I'm making clones and I only have one. So I currently have a cane variable that we could either go in and change. That's global. That we could either go in and change, or I can try and figure out a workaround. What do you guys think?
I would leave it as global for now, and then we can just take care of it when we integrate stuff.
Yeah,
It's not the end
it's
of the
not the end of the world. We just don't want to be changing like 100.
Yeah, if you're gonna
Yeah.
have a global variable too, why don't you should name it something that maybe the game string underscore
Yeah.
the variable description. That way, if we have lots of global variables, they don't clutter up our data section.
Sorry, what was that?
You should name your global variable your game string underscore the description of or the name of the variable.
Cool.
That way, we can keep track of everything, even if we do have a bunch of global variables eventually.
Yeah.
I'm doing a lot of planning and a lot of thinking ahead right now, which is helpful when you know a game is going to get really big. So that's why I'm trying to be careful with all this stuff.
We have another question from Elliot Thompson who asks, "What is the best sprite skin you have ever made?"
I like the spam can, honestly.
Yeah,
I
Okay.
spent a really long time on it. What?
It's fabulous.
Took a really long time. I was really detailed. I made a very realistic spam can.
Yeah, it doesn't look like
if you
pixel art
haven't
anymore.
if you haven't switched over to Hannah's stream and checked out her spam can yet, like
Show it
please do
off.
that.
Yeah,
Go
yeah,
and
It
have a
is
look at it.
so amazing.
you definitely got to check it out. It's really
It
cool.
looks
Took me
like a
quite a
photo.
long time.
It's really cool.
Personally, I'm pretty proud of a miniature recreation of Boba Fett's ship that I made once. It was
Nice.
pretty awesome. It's a tiny little Boba Fett's ship
I know the name of it.
put around space.
Look at me. I know the trivia. It's called Slave One.
Woo! Good job, Jack.
Elliot, I'm making a trash can to throw the noodle into to answer your question from 30 seconds ago.
I think the most impressive sprite I've ever made. I made a little spaceship that can transform between 2 different modes. So it's more of an animated sprite, less of just the art itself.
y'all.
It's kind of cute.
Those.
What was that, Jack? You made a what?
I made a little spaceship that can transform from so you know how X-wings have 2 positions, the position they use when they're flying through hyperspace, and then they have the position they use when they're attacking. They're like wings spread out or like Let's see if I can.
They're S foils.
Yeah, they're S foils. Yep, thanks, Nick. I figured you'd be able to fill in the gaps
You're
there.
welcome.
They like close down when they're flying through space, and then they open up and like fire 4 lasers at once.
Yep.
So I made a little ship that's kind of similar. It has the similar concept. It doesn't look anything like an X-wing, but it has a similar concept where it can transform into like travel mode and then transform into like fight mode where its guns like flip out and shoot forwards. It's pretty cute.
Awesome.
Yeah, pixel art can be a lot of fun.
I've just got the exposition of making the Global Variola local one chat working, and it has totally blown my mind.
Isn't it awesome? Isn't that the
It's
coolest thing?
amazing.
I love that. I love it. Okay, so I should probably not talk for a little while and try and actually code some stuff.
Go for it. Has anyone seen or played any of the new Uncharted yet?
No.
I have not.
I'm about 2-3 hours in, and it is absolutely brilliant so far. Have you guys played any of the older versions of the game?
Not really.
I
enough.
haven't, but I've watched a couple streamers play.
Okay, nice.
It's a very cinematic game. It's really cool to watch, actually.
Yes. Yeah. it is.
It's almost like you're playing a movie. It feels
Yes,
like
exactly.
when I watched it, it seemed like I was watching like an Indiana Jones movie, essentially.
Yeah, it has that feel to it.
Yeah.
It's cool. That's kind of how Mass Effect is with but with like a sci-fi movie.
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah, I would agree with that. I think that's a good call.
Did you guys see the new Assassin's Creed movie trailer that came out?
I did. It looks interesting. I don't know how I feel about
It's a good word, yeah.
the Animus redesign. I'm not into that, honestly. I don't understand why there needs to be an enormous robot arm. That part kind of confused me. I like the whole little like sleek white, looked like Apple made it Animus from the game.
Yeah. Yeah,
But
me too.
the giant robot arm just didn't hit home for me. All right, I got
What's
my
everyone's
pipes done.
favorite game of all time?
Oh, come on, that's too hard.
I can't
I know.
ever split between two. It's either Zelda or Metal Gear Solid, and that's as close as I can get.
Those are good choices.
How about in the top 5?
Okay,
Okay.
Makes
in
it
the
easier,
top 5. I would put Super Mario RPG in my top 5 for sure. That game, I have very, very fond memories of that game. I've played through it. It's one of the few like long form RPGs I've played through multiple times.
Yeah, Super Mario RPG is a lot of fun.
Yeah, it's
Humor in
amazing.
that game is great. I would say I'm going to cheat a little and say a bunch of series instead of individual games. I'm going to say Elder Scrolls,
Oh yeah.
Mass Effect,
Nice.
and I don't know. There's too many to choose
I'll
from.
be right back,
I
guys.
can't answer my own question.
Too difficult a question.
Yeah, well, you picked a really tough question to deal with. It's tough. I have to say I'm particularly fond of games like Kirby that have really unique gameplay elements that really flavor how the whole thing, how the whole game works. Like the game aesthetic comes from game mechanics.
Yeah.
For a game like Kirby, I think that's really, really cool. The whole copying thing really drives everything about the game and like the character design and everything. So I really like games like that. I think they're pretty cool. What about recent releases? What recent releases have you guys checked out besides Uncharted?
Has anybody checked out Overwatch? Oh,
Oh my gosh.
Oh, I didn't get
Has
a chance
anybody
to
checked
play
out
it,
Overwatch yet?
but it looked amazing. Did
All
you
I
guys
want
play
to
it?
do is play that game.
I got to play it. I played the open beta. It was so much fun.
Ugh, I'm so jealous.
Has anybody that's watching gotten a chance to play it yet? Or do you guys know what it is?
Yeah.
Sounds
So
like a
I
lot of
have
fun.
been so excited about Overwatch for so long, and I was like really excited for the open beta, and I was getting all ready. I wasn't making plans for the weekend, and then my computer crashed the day before the open beta started, and then I didn't get it fixed until the day after the open beta ended. So I got to play a
Oh.
total of 0 minutes of Overwatch during the open beta. And I was very sad. But it's okay. It comes out in what, a week and a half now, or just a week or something?
Yeah, I think it's pretty soon.
Yeah, so that's not so bad.
All right, so Jack, a heads up, my game is almost ready to add to the thing now.
Nice.
I'm trying to figure out. Good difficulty scaler.
So I've got a couple functions that work really nicely for difficulty scalars. So if you're using a weight that you, for example, in my pipe game, the pipes are going to come faster and faster as the game gets harder and harder. So my function for that.
Hey, sorry to interrupt you, but I Hard Jim just said, speaking of Blizzard, do any of you guys play Hearthstone? Yes.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, hold the phone. That is way more important.
Hold on.
That's important. No, I totally agree. The new expansion came out recently. I hadn't been playing much, and then the Whispers of the Old Gods expansion dropped, I think, 2 weeks ago, and I've been playing a lot since then. I really like. They actually just did a big overhaul of the whole system, so now they're going to have a standard mode and a wild mode, and only certain cards are allowed in those modes, which I think is a really good thing. But that game is so fun. Blizzard is really knocking it out of the park these days. But back to the function I was talking about. So for weight, I'm using, for my pipes, I want them to come more quickly as the game gets harder. So I'm using weight, and then it says 0.3 plus 1 divided by square root of games cleared seconds. And what that does...
I'm trying to figure out. So my game is essentially just you open cans of spam,
As it should be.
and it's like way too easy at the beginning. Maybe it's okay. Now it's getting hard too fast. I don't know. I'm just gonna play around with it.
Yeah, it can take a little while to figure out a good balance for difficulty.
This is kind of funny. It's like a double entendre because I like eventually am like just spamming this with cans.
That's funny.
Spam the spam can. Ooh, that has a good cadence to it.
Oh, we have another question from Elliot again saying, what is your favorite PC game of all time?
Ooh.
Good question.
Minecraft.
Minecraft is an easy answer. I'm again going to default to the top 5 because I can't say one. But I love Terraria. Terraria is amazing. It's a really, really fun game. I think it's cross-platform.
I like Minecraft a lot. I also really like FTL, Faster Than Light. Game is
That's the soundtrack I'm
great.
listening to over on my stream.
Yes, and
Nice.
it's so good.
My soundtrack was sounding not so great earlier, so I turned it off, but maybe I'll give it another shot.
mine probably has to be DayZ. If any of you guys have ever played that, it's like a survival apocalypse game. It's kind of like
I hear
Minecraft, I
good
guess,
things.
like crafting and building and surviving.
So
It's
that
a lot of
game,
fun.
that game actually has a really interesting history to it too.
It does.
Do you want to talk about that a little bit?
I'll let you start if you want.
Sure thing. So DayZ was actually a community project that got started by a bunch of modders who were playing. Was it Arma?
It was Arma 2 at the time.
Yeah,
Arma 2. So Arma 2 is this huge game where you can have tons and tons and tons of players playing at once, and it's these huge battles. And it was semi-popular. I wouldn't say it really was hugely popular when it came out, but then some modders got a hold of it and made DayZ out of it, and DayZ has become wildly popular.
Yeah. And so one of the guys, one of like the original modders who started making it was this guy called Dean Hall, who used to be in the army in New Zealand. And after like being on this like crazy like survival training for like 3 months, where apparently like he almost died or something, he came back being inspired to make a survival game based on his experiences
I
in the wild.
didn't know
And so-
that.
Wow.
Yeah.
Wow.
So originally the mod was based on things that he had gone through in real life. And he then, when DayZ became its own standalone game, he started taking the lead on that, and he was working on it for a couple years. And now he's actually just moved and opened up his own studio, even though DayZ is still in development. And now I think it's still an alpha, but there's still people working on it. But he's now gone off to start his own new project.
That's awesome. I didn't know all that about it. That's cool.
Yeah, he's cool. You can actually they made his character model as one of the 5 selected characters you can be in DayZ, so you can play as Dean Hall, which is quite cool.
Guys, I just spent 3 minutes trying to debug a problem that turned out to be I was using a repeat with a conditional in it instead of a repeat until with a conditional in it. Whoopsie!
Tut, tut, tut.
Yeah, not my finest moment there.
I was trying to tisk tisk, and I choked on my own
And
Oh no.
insulting.
that's called instant karma, Hannah. Okay, that's how it
Ooh.
works in Flappy Bird.
My
Ah.
favorite Valve produced game is definitely Portal 2.
Oh,
I mean,
Nice.
Portal 1, like both Portals, but I think it's just like they take it so much further with Portal 2 and the story and like the mechanics that I love Portal 2.
yeah,
My
Portal
favorite
2
part
is
of
so
that game
fun.
is Wheatley, is it? Wheatley? The
Wheatley.
Stephen Merchant? I
Oh
know,
my
yeah.
gosh.
Stephen
He
Merchant
adds so much
hilarious.
to it.
Yeah,
Love
that game
guy.
is great. Both of those
What
games
did you
were
play through the co-op?
amazing.
Play through the what?
The co-op side of Portal 2.
No, I haven't. But I
you've
think
got to do it. It's so good.
I
It
know,
is
isn't
amazing.
There like a big
It is
kind of
great, yeah.
spoiler thing at the end, like a big reveal at the end.
If there is, I don't think we should be talking about it.
I know we're not gonna like talk about what
This
it
is
is,
a
but I
spoiler-free
have
zone.
Spoiler alert.
I have seen it. I like watched a Let's Play of it, so I
Nice.
got the story at least. But yeah, we should play.
I would
haven't
be,
played
I would be
Portal
more
in
than play
ages.
that game again.
I would totally play that game. I'm down.
Guys, we should just stream every day and just stream different stuff.
Hey, yeah, if you guys
We'll
really like
stream
this
our-
stream,
Internet
we'll
favors after this.
definitely do more of this. If you
We're
guys
already
enjoy
famous.
it.
There's 13 people watching.
Woo!
Thank you guys.
We appreciate it.
You're our
Yeah,
fellow
we're so happy
friends.
you guys are here.
13
Oh.
is honestly way more than I thought we would.
Do we have to do the thing that all YouTube streamers do? Don't forget to like and subscribe if you want more
Like,
content.
subscribe.
All
What
right,
do
I
you
think I got my
You
my
want-
Yeah,
Flappy Bird.
It's awesome.
All right. My memory maze game, I believe, is good to go.
Noodle's almost ready, I think.
Spam clicker, I'm still adjusting the difficulty. Ooh, something weird is
Alright.
happening to spam clicker. Ooh, one of our viewers says stream every day.
Aw,
Yay! We'll try.
Sure thing,
We'll do
Maria.
our best.
thanks. Thank
Elliot's
you.
playing Portal right now as he's watching us.
Oh,
Which is,
that's awesome.
Topical, on point.
That's
I
a
love it.
that's a good question. I know when I watch streams a lot of times I like to play games. What are you guys playing? It looks like we got someone playing Portal, we got someone playing Hearthstone. What kind of deck are you playing in the Hearthstone Try Hard Chimp? Is it one of the new Old God decks, or is it one of the classics?
Hmm.
All right. Jack, are you ready to add stuff? Or are you in the middle
Yeah.
of something?
Give me just another moment here, and then I will be ready to come grab some things.
Cool. I will share this.
Oh, someone's making a game. That's cool. Maria, are you coding in Scratch right now, or are you coding in something else? Ooh, someone's playing Halo. Fun. Oh no! Oh, maybe I made this too hard. Flappy Bird has always been a hard game, but I think I might have done it a little too much.
Uh-oh.
Combo-ish rogue. Ooh, fun.
All right. I've added my project to the studio.
Maria, what are you making in Scratch? Huh. I'm getting a very strange bug right now.
Ooh, Undertale music. Okay, I'll throw on the Undertale soundtrack. We'll see if my music will work here.
All right. I think I'm going to start working on a new game.
Ooh.
We got a
I
shout out.
It's
had a
happening.
request, a suggestion, an idea suggestion from Branson at St. Alphonsus for a
Nice.
Fruit Ninja game.
Ooh,
So-
yeah.
I already have some fruit costumes ready to go here, and I'm gonna try to make a Fruit Ninja game using those. So thank you for the idea, Branson.
Maria, I am making a Flappy Bird style game. If you've never played Flappy Bird before, it was a total ridiculous craze that it went totally viral. It was this silly mobile game that the really really simple, but then just totally went out of control. And then the maker of the game ended up taking it off the market after a little while because he didn't like all the attention he was getting for it. And so then it made this really weird situation where people were selling phones that still had the game installed on it for like tons of money. It was this whole ridiculous situation, but the game itself was kind of fun. So I'm trying out one of those. And then I'm also going to be adding a red light, green light aspect to it. Yes, it is a really frustrating game. That is absolutely true.
What was your guys' like top score on that? Because I saw people get into like the hundreds, but I could never get past like 12. I was so bad at it.
I don't think I ever got past the first pipe.
So my YouTube player is totally messing up my audio, so I'm gonna have to go without sound on my stream. Sorry, guys. If you want to listen to music in the background, you're gonna have to put it on for yourselves on my stream, or you could go over to somebody else's stream if you haven't seen the perspective switching yet. It's a super cool new
Come,
feature.
we are all welcome. See what we are doing.
Yeah. Oh, nice. Try Hard Chimp still has Flappy Bird on their old phone. You should check it out. See if you can sell that thing. You might be able to get some dough for it. Or are you gonna save it?
That's so sensible.
It could
I saw
appreciate in
iPhones going on
value.
eBay for like thousands just because it still had Flappy Bird on.
Yeah, it's crazy. Maybe you should hold on to it for a bit. It could become a piece of history someday, and having that on it would be.
Did you guys ever play the playable teaser for Silent Hill when it came out? It was called PT. It was that very short demo.
Yes. Oh my gosh.
No, I never
And
played
so,
that.
because the same thing sort of happened with that as it did in Flappy Bird, they took it off the store, and so now people that still have PT installed on their PlayStation, they're selling them on eBay for like a lot of money because you can't
Huh.
get the game anymore. And now the actual game has been cancelled, so the demo is literally all everyone gets from it.
That's funny. Is that series over? Was that just completely canceled?
Yeah, there was like it was a breakdown between Hideo Kojima and the guy who makes all the horror films, Guillermo del Toro, I think is his name.
Guillermo
Gotcha.
del
Guillermo,
Toro,
that's it. Yeah, they like sort of broke up a little bit, but they were the two that were making the game, and then it all sort of fell apart. I think that was when
So
Hideo was
sad.
falling away from Konami as well.
Yeah, it's sad
There was a
when
lot of drama.
everyone doesn't get along.
Yeah.
Should all just make games together and be happy all the time, right?
Yeah, be
Yes.
more like us.
Na, 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 na,
Elliot
na,
really
na,
wants
na,
to
na,
hear
na,
Death by Glamour from Undertale.
Is
I'll,
anyone
I'll,
listening to
Were you
Undertale
gonna
right
put
now?
on Undertale?
I'll try one more time to put on some music in the background. I just changed one of my
I'll put it on
settings.
mine as well.
Okay. We'll see if it works this time. But every time I try and put on music in the background, it makes it sound like everybody else is underwater. So,
Oh, weird.
yeah, it's not ideal.
Jack, I have a game ready to go in as well whenever you get the chance, but
Sweet.
just let me know. No rush.
So Nick and Ed have games that are ready for me to go grab.
I am starting a new game, Ham Boxing, which was inspired by a
Wait.
suggestion from Maverick.
Didn't you think of a really funny name for it, though?
Yeah, what happened to the other name?
Oh, yeah, what
pork
was it?
chopping.
Pork chopper.
I'm sorry, I just love that name.
Yeah, it's a good one.
But my spam game is not done. I'm encountering a bug that I'm frustrated with, so I'm taking the strategy of moving on to something else and going back to it.
Yeah, it sounds like everyone's underwater again. This is it's really not working out for me.
All right, so pork chopping. I will change the name.
Guys, I will be right back.
Right.
Oh, I fixed it. Can someone talk so I can see if you sound like you're underwater?
Hello, do I sound like I'm underwater? My game is called Pork Chopping, and I'm making a broadcast to make it start.
Sweet.
Pork chopping!
Yeah, well, it's definitely better. I wouldn't say it's perfect. Oh, I know what to do. Okay, I think I got this. I gotta change something on one of my settings here. All right. Gotta jump over here. What am I looking for?
Oops. Ham should not be showing up at the beginning of the game. Unless everybody feels like, there should just be a ham in Microgame World all the time.
Wouldn't be terrible.
Right.
Yay, I think I fixed it. Let's all be proud of me. I
What?
said, let's all be proud of me.
I'm proud of you. One.
Undertale has a fun soundtrack. I don't think I've listened to.
Are you listening?
Yeah.
Okay, remind me again how the difficulty scaling works. It goes from 1 to...
I like to use square root of games cleared as my scaler a lot because I don't want the games to get linearly harder. I want them to get like harder more at the beginning and then kind of even out a little bit so that you can really push it.
Gotcha.
The nice thing about Square Root of games cleared too is it doesn't have a limit, so it will keep getting harder forever,
Forever.
and ever and ever.
Till the end of time. Or until you stop the scripts. Or close the browser window. Neat.
My sound is not doing great still.
Both my games are meat themed, I guess.
I was noticing that you got
Didn't think about that.
spam and ham.
I got spam and ham.
Getting
Doesn't
hungry over here.
doesn't shock me that much. You do really love eating meat.
I do.
What's your favorite meat dish?
Oh, I like a good steak.
Yeah.
Just like
Bacon is like I can't distance myself from
Right?
it for too long.
Mhm.
It seems
It's
cliche
definitely
and
up
like,
there.
the obvious
Right?
answer, but it's still the right answer, I think.
It's because it's so good that it became a cliche.
Right.
Like it's true.
Yeah.
Like all cliches are based on truth.
Otherwise, it wouldn't have become a cliche, I guess. Flappy Bird. Oh, not so good.
Yeah, Elliot, you can use a Dio's gonna tell you.
Okay, so once I finish up my red pipe, green pipe game, I am going to integrate everyone else's games they've finished, and then I'm going to share a copy of that game. So if you guys want to do some playtesting for us and help us figure out our difficulty curves, that'd be awesome.
That would be awesome.
The Undertale soundtrack is super great.
Mm.
I've only played a bit of the game. My friend keeps bugging me to play it more. I've got to do that.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I would like to. I need to play it all the way through as well. I've watched a little bit of it streamed, but I haven't actually bit for it yet. I need to shell out some cash for it.
the art is beautiful.
Yeah, it is. And just the game design is really interesting too. Lots of different options.
All right.
Right, I am starting to work on a new game with a sprite that Kenzie made for us from Adam. So shout out to Kenzie. Thank you for making this sprite
Shout
for us.
out.
Thanks,
Kenzie.
Kenzie.
Yay!
Woohoo! You guys are the best.
And I'm working on like a Subway Surfer, like Infinite Runner style thing, which Soliana came up with from St. Alphonsus. So shout out to Soliana as
Awesome.
well.
Thanks, Soliana.
Oh man, I'm just looking at Tryhard Chimp is still playing some Hearthstone, and he just got some serious good luck with his Rogue spell. It puts some cards into your opponent's deck that actually summon minions for you, and his opponent drew all of them at once. That's pretty much a game ender. I'm pretty sure Tryhard Chimp won that game.
How is all the work going for you guys? What are you guys working on at the moment?
Thinking about the mechanics of my pork chopping game.
Okay.
And
What have you got going
So far,
then?
I've got a sprite who has like a punching animation
Okay.
and a hanging ham that moves when you punch it. And I'm thinking probably it's just gonna get a ghost effect, and then when it disappears, that's how you clear the level. I'm not sure. Do
Okay.
you guys have any other ideas?
I'm gonna come and have a look at your screen now, see what's going on. Oh, I love the man. The man is amazing. Oh, that's so awesome. I love his little foot goes up when he punches. That looks awesome.
Thanks. Yeah.
Yeah, how can you like score this? I guess.
Right.
Maybe you
Literally
have to
right
like
now,
hit it a
it's just
certain
an
number of
animation.
times within a certain
That's
amount
what
of
I
time.
was thinking. And like, if you punch it, it like ghosts a little bit, and so then that's how you know you can sort of track your progress. I'm not
Oh
sure.
yeah, and then you just have to get the ghost all the way down to 0, or maybe it changes by like
Exactly.
5 at a time, and you have like 10 seconds to
Right.
do it or something.
Yeah, so you kind of
That would be awesome.
just I'm really into clicking games right now, I guess.
Oh, they're the best. Get in the mood for the Olympics. There's gonna be loads of button smashing games coming out. How about everyone else? Nick, what's going on with you at the moment?
I am doing Fruit Ninja. I'm starting with my kind of like little slashing effect here. So when you
Nice.
click and swipe the mouse somewhere, it's gonna do a little slashing thing, and that's
Sweet.
what will the fruit that will fall will detect if it gets hit by a slash.
Okay, cool. How many different types of fruit have you got at the moment?
I'm gonna have 2, an apple and a bunch of bananas.
Nice,
Awesome.
classics. Can't go wrong.
Yeah, just using what they have in Scratch already.
Nice. Oh yeah, I can see that slide effect now when you're dragging your mouse. That's cool. How's the
see.
player gonna like win that then? Do they have to slash everything, or do they have to slash like a certain amount?
Yeah, so there's gonna be a number of fruit falling based on the difficulty, how far you've progressed so far, and
Okay.
also the speed at which they fall is gonna increase the same way. And
Okay,
you have
cool.
to, if you miss any of the fruits, then you fail. So you have to slice all
Ooh,
of them.
that's
All of them,
tough.
nice. I like that. High degree of difficulty.
Yeah.
Well, it starts pretty easy because it's only probably going to be 2 or 3 fruit that fall,
Okay.
and then
fine.
it's going to increase up to like 5 or 6 or 7 or something later.
Okay, cool. Nice. How about you, Jack? What's going on with you at the moment?
I am just putting the finishing touches on Red Pipe, Green Pipe.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, it's a cute little game. And it randomly switches the pipes to red or green, and they'll freeze for a little while, which is cool.
Nice.
But they're switching to the wrong costumes right now, so I gotta fix that.
Figure that out.
Right now it's opposite. Red means go, green means wait.
Oh, I like that.
not good.
That is
It's very confusing.
quite confusing.
I can see you coloring in your taking it to the trash text woes.
Yes.
Looks
You
good.
have to tell people how to play.
Okay, here we go. Let's try this out again. We got green pipes are moving. That's good. They never turned red though. Aha! That would be the problem. When I receive clear all rather than when I receive pipes. Alright, now let's try it. Here we go, they're green. And they turned red! Oh, that's hard. Ooh, this is mean. This game is mean. If it freezes red on you while you're in between a pipe, you have to be really careful. Oh, like that? Oh, that's brutal. Oh.
I want to play this.
Oh, come on. Yes. No, yes, I did it. I beat the first level. Oh.
The first.
Yeah, this game's hard. I might need to rethink some things. Oh man, that's tough. I don't know, maybe I'm just gonna leave it and make it really hard.
Yeah, I think at some point Mike's gonna become unplayable. He'll just lose automatically. Oh no. That's not good.
All right. I'm gonna step away for a sec. I'll be right back.
Miss you.
I miss you already. Got to do some quick refueling.
Don't refuel on stream.
I mean, I'm already so far behind that I can't take time off the stream.
Okay.
It's okay. I got a Cliff Bar
I'm sure
here.
people will enjoy hearing you eat.
Cliff Bars are coding fuel, so it's all good.
This Undertale soundtrack is the only fuel I need.
I know, it's really
Those are
good.
good.
What's your favorite song so far?
I don't know.
I really liked Ghost Fight. It was the 10th track.
I haven't been checking to see what the names of the songs are.
Mine's on a playlist, so it's like doing one song after another rather than just like a big one video. So I've been taking a peek at it every once in a while. Then again, I do have 3 monitors going right now, so I can have everything open at once. May have something to do with why my computer is running a little slow right now. Okay. Now all I need to do is figure out how to win.
How do I make my text bigger?
Ooh, I have an
On
idea.
the...
In the sprite editor.
I can't figure that out.
So-
I tried to do that.
I think you actually just have to drag the corners of the box to increase the size.
Hey guys.
To stretch it.
Hey,
Hi.
Hello.
Gotcha. Cool.
Hey, what am I doing? Fruit Ninja.
Okay, I think Noodle Mania is finally ready.
Rose can be a bit of a perfectionist.
It is. It happens.
Yeah.
And the noodle still doesn't look quite as satisfying as I want it to, but I'm gonna.
I've heard some pretty good
been
things
2
about
hours.
your noodle from other people.
Really? Oh, good.
I need to hop over to your stream and take a look at it, I think. What kind of noodle did you end up going with? Is it a spaghetti noodle? Is it like rotini? Fettuccine?
I think it's like.
Ooh, yeah.
Penne? It might be like a penne,
Penne, yeah.
or it could be a macaroni.
Or macaroni, yeah. Nice. Looking
I'm
good.
not fully versed on noodle types.
I think all you really got to do is like make up something that sounds Italian and then sound confident about it, and pretty much anyone will
Yeah.
believe you.
Yeah, that's a good point.
Stopperini, you know. I guess just put "ini" on the end of whatever you want.
Yeah,
Or "oni."
noodleini. Noodleoni. Bye, Try Hard Champ. You're probably gonna be gone by the time I say that.
Oh, see you, try hard.
Okay, so I should share my project and put it in the studio if my noodle game is done. I'm gonna do that.
Yes. Sorry. Yes, that was a question
Sounds
to me,
good.
probably, right?
Well, to the group.
I'm still focusing to try and finish my first game. Oh! Wow, I just barely got away with that one. Nice.
Or
Oh, It looks like the mark isn't working properly, huh? Or is that just something I'm doing wrong in my game?
mine is fine.
Okay, good. I think I must be broadcasting too many times here.
All right, I think I'm gonna start up on a new game idea.
Nice.
The idea is Ghost Cow, and it's from
Nice.
Erica from Cascadia.
Thanks,
So
Erica.
Thank you, Erica.
Thanks,
Thanks, Erica.
Erica.
Thank you.
It's a really cool idea.
If anyone,
I can't wait.
If anyone in our chat submitted a game idea or a sprite, let us know and we'll be sure to integrate it. We definitely want our live viewers to make sure we get their stuff in there.
Totally.
Okay, I have a question for you guys. If you could live through the life of any video game character, who would it be?
Pokemon, Ash,
Good one.
done.
You've been asked that question before, haven't you?
No, it's just obvious. Come on, like
Yeah.
that's the coolest thing ever. No, you guys can't even think of another example.
Yeah, I don't know.
I just ended the conversation. I'm sorry.
That's the right answer.
Question answered.
Dog Song is awesome also. from the Undertale soundtrack.
The scaling is definitely the most difficult part of this for me.
Oh, the difficulty? Yeah,
Yeah.
that takes a little while to get figured out.
And we have Cole in the chat saying you made a game about, or it's called Boat Wars.
Boat Wars, cool. Is it on 2.0 or 1.4, Cole?
Cole, you want to tell us about your game? Uh-oh.
Won't hear that for a few minutes.
Yeah.
Hopefully 30 seconds.
Oh, cool. Boat Wars. That sounds fun. Oh, no.
Yeah. I wonder if it's different boats that are fighting each other, or if it's like people fighting a war on a boat.
Mm-hmm.
Hmm.
I want to know. Diego, thank you for giving coding advice in the chat. That's very thoughtful of you.
That's awesome.
Alright, I'm switching my soundtrack over to FTL because I was talking about it so much and how awesome it is, and now I want to listen to
Nice.
it.
It's really good. Very dynamic. Oops.
Hey, Alyssa, welcome to the stream.
Hey.
How's your day going? We're all in the middle of making some mini games at the moment.
I'm going to start pulling things together in a second here, too, so.
Nice. Hopefully we'll be able to send out some games for you guys to play.
That would be sweet.
I'm just grooving to the soundtrack right now. Bone Trousel. Fun. Okay, I think red pipe, green pipe is done. So I'm going to start going and collecting some games now.
Nice.
Let me just test it one more time here. And that didn't work out so well, so we're going to give it one more second.
Question about lists.
Ah.
If you make a local list just for one sprite only,
Mm-hmm.
are other sprites able to see what's on the list?
I don't know if you can look into a list that way.
Oh, yeah, I don't.
So if you want anyone besides that sprite to be able to do anything or see anything on that list, it has to be a global list for all sprites.
I think so. Which is fine. Just use that naming convention we spoke about a little bit earlier.
So I may have botched that on my list for Noodle.
No biggie. No biggie. Don't worry about it. I can definitely figure it out. So don't worry about it.
Actually, in this particular case, I think I can get away with a local list anyway.
Oh, nice. Good news indeed. Oh, interesting.
This is a weird looking cow.
Needs to be slightly harder.
Okay. That was what the
Is that
problem
still
was.
the pork chopper one that you're working on?
Yeah.
What was it called?
Pork chopping.
Yeah.
It's almost done. Just need to mess with the difficulty a little.
Nice.
Figure out the right balance.
Are there any games coming out soon that you guys are looking forward to other than Overwatch?
Overwatch.
Before anyone says that.
Yeah.
When does the Lego Star Wars thing come out, Nick? Because I know you said you ordered that.
Lego Star Wars?
Yeah, is that out now? You said you were playing for the co-op of it.
Oh, I haven't played it yet.
Okay.
I'm hoping to. I have the they had like the full collection of all of them except for the new one on Steam for like
fine.
a couple bucks. So I was hoping to try that, but I think the new one just came out maybe, or is coming out very soon. I think it's out, and that's the Force Awakens one, but haven't gotten that one yet.
Okay. Yeah, I'm
excited
excited
for
to try
No
that.
Man's Sky.
Oh, yeah, that's a good
yeah,
one.
that game
Yeah.
looks really interesting.
Seems like that would be a very difficult game to code with the infinite universe.
Right.
Oh gosh.
Procedural generation.
Can we make No Man's Sky in Scratch, you guys?
No problem.
Let's do
At,
it.
at my
Next
pace, I
stream,
should
we've
have
got
it
that
done
easy.
by about next century or so. So just hold on.
Still not hard enough. Too good at this game.
Yeah, maybe it's hard. You're just too good.
What difficulty does it start to get hard on, Hannah?
Well, that's what I'm trying to make it get really hard around 10.
Okay, I think 15 should be really, really hard.
15.
10 should
okay.
be hard. 15 should
hard.
be
I haven't lost yet, so I'm.
really, really hard. Oh, I touched the pipe. So that's very interesting. Ah, you can't lose on the last pipe. That's a bug.
What is it?
The way I had it coded is you couldn't lose on the last pipe, but
Interesting.
that's fixed now. So don't go trying to fly through the last pipe. Looks like someone's making another Star Wars game in the chat. I'm seeing Vader's name thrown around a bit.
Oh yeah. Oh, Alyssa said a while ago she's a big fan of Five Nights at
Freddy.
Oscars?
Five Nights at
Is
Freddy's.
that a spin on that?
I think it must be a spin on that. Yeah, Alyssa, is that like a scratch version of it or
Uh-oh.
something?
Okay.
All right, this seems fairly well balanced.
Okay, I have red pipe, green pipe done. So I'm gonna start going and collecting your guys' completed games. And then
Okay,
I'm
so-
gonna send out a version of this with all the games that people have done so far.
So we can play test. Yeah, we need play testers.
Maria, what are you stuck on? Oh, Maria, it looks like I missed some of your questions here. I hit when you hit Vader.
The delay might make it hard for you to help out
Yeah.
in chat.
Yeah.
But it looks like Grandma Diego are on it.
Yeah, okay. We got
You're
superhero
visiting.
Diego helping out.
Helpers.
Wait, Jack! I think she's caught up. She heard me talking about her.
We're talking about Maria.
I'm watching Maria.
Ooh, the FTL music just got much more intense.
Oh, that's because I'm not.
Oh, that's because I'm not on the FTL music anymore. Now I'm on Cryptive the Necrodancer.
Cool.
Really cool music there, though.
That's some fun music too.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think I talked about that game already on this stream, right?
Yeah.
It's a cool game.
All right, so Jack, where's studio? My studio.
I added you guys all to the studio as a curator. So you should be able to find that. CC4K Scratch Day live stream. Oh, I have so many messages on Scratch now. I think I have lots of new friends. That's exciting.
Yay!
Hey.
Oh no, it's just a bunch of notifications saying you guys remixed my game. Aww.
It's okay. You still have friends.
What's the studio called again?
CC4K Scratch Day live stream with a ton of exclamation points. Or just the right amount of exclamation points.
Many.
Mm-hmm. Uh-oh. So, I'm seeing in this studio 3 remixes here, yeah?
Yeah, I'm coming.
So, for some reason, my original micro game... Oh, no, there it is. Okay, one of them's mine, and then these 2 are the remixes. All right, I'm going to grab Memory Maze.
Pork chopping is on its way.
Load up my backpack. Hey, Nick, is there anything I should know about Memory Maze before I start pulling it in?
There are 2 backgrounds. One is just white and one is black.
Okay.
And there should be 3 sprites that you need: the mouse, the cheese, and the maze.
Sprite 1 is not... Sprite 1
Um,
looks empty to me. So I'm just going to skip that one. 3 sprites. Cheese.
Yeah, the sprite one was already there when I remixed it. That's not mine.
Oh, interesting.
And yeah. I don't think I have any global variables.
Fantastic. Man after my
I don't
own
know.
heart.
Give it a try.
I will. All right, so I grabbed 2 backgrounds and 3 sprites, and I think that's all I need. And now, if you guys are watching my stream, you can see how this backpack works, which is pretty cool.
I'm coming.
Looks like Maria's still struggling with a Vader game. So Maria, since there's such a delay here, Diego will probably take a look at that for you and help you out with it. I can take a quick look at it too. Let me, I'll pop it open over here. See if we can't figure out what's going on. All right.
All right.
But while I'm waiting for that to load up, I'm going to finish integrating Memory Maze. So I think I got the link here, Maria. We'll see if this loads up for me. This looks like it. Whoa, it's so cool looking. Wow, cool game. Cool. All right, I'll have to take a look inside.
What's she got going on in it? Who's the characters?
She's got it's Luke versus Darth Vader, classic
Nice.
fight. It's good stuff. So I'm going to be switching
Oh, yeah,
back
who's your
and
favourite
forth
Star Wars
here.
character?
Maria, so you're having trouble getting these guys to react when they get hit. Is that what I was seeing? Can you explain your bug to me a little bit more? Okay, I see here. All right.
Oh, nice. So she's like, you click on those buttons to make them attack and stuff.
I think so, yeah.
Nice.
When this sprite clicked, hit Vader. Yes, they counted.
Rose, what are you working on now?
I'm looking through all of the sprites that we have from students,
Are there-
and
are there-
I'm gonna put them into my Ghost Cow game.
If you see any sprites that would work well for red pipe, green pipe, you should point them in my direction, because right now I'm just using gray boxes.
For the player, for the character.
Yeah, for the bird
For
and
which
for the
pipe?
pipe. Well, the pipes are just a green line and a red line.
Ah, okay. Yeah, well, there's definitely stuff in there that the player could be. I don't know. There's nothing really pipey.
When they are hit,
You might have to make your own pipes, or have Hannah make your pipes.
Oh, I have lots.
Oh,
of
I have
fun.
lots of pipes.
Hannah's really good at pipes.
Oh my goodness, that's right. You have gone pretty deep into the pipes. Oh, okay. So was I looking at an
Good.
old version there, Maria? Let me see if I can get this one open. Oh, this is someone else's project. Okay, cool.
All right. So I'm gonna start working on a jump game.
Nice.
This idea came from Franny at Queen Anne Elementary.
Thanks,
and I'm
Franny.
Thanks,
Yeah, thank you, Franny.
Thank you.
And I'm
Thanks.
using Nash from BF Day. I'm using his little character as my jump roping dude.
Nice.
Thanks, Nash.
Good job, Nash.
Woo! I just made the whole background a weird color.
All right, so let's see how are we working with this one. I think we got some arrow key controls here. Cool, cool. And then looks like Q. Oh, look at that costume. Nice. Oh, oh. So Maria, is this game? Does this have the behavior that you wanted from your game, or were you looking for something different? Okay, now I'm gonna start bringing in our memory game. Drag, drop, drag, drop. For some reason, it looks like those backgrounds didn't make it into my backpack. Nick, are they just all white and all black?
Whoa. Sorry, I just had a funny bug. One of them is all black and one of them is all white.
Okay, cool. There's some backdrops here left over from some other games we made.
I tried to... So I'm making the fruit, when it gets sliced, it breaks into pieces and is supposed to fall down. And I forgot to add in the kind of gravity portion for them. So after I sliced the fruit, all the pieces just floated up to the ceiling and stayed.
That's kind of cool. I kind of like that. It's like Fruit Ninja on like the International Space Station or something.
Zero
gravity Fruit Ninja. That game would be pretty easy because the fruit would probably take a really long time to hit the ground. All right, so I think Mouse Maze may be done already. That should be hopefully that easy. That was the idea, at least.
So when it starts, it shows you a maze, and it starts flashing, and then it disappears and the screen turns black, and you have to drag the mouse through the maze without being able to see it and bring it to the cheese.
Awesome.
Ooh.
And then once you get to the cheese or run out of time, it shows the maze again.
So this is a mouse
sees
game?
If you, yes. So use your mouse. That's it.
Hey, Ed and Nick, there's Oliver in our chat who's giving you guys a shout out here. Maybe a student.
Hey.
Hey, Oliver.
Hey, Oliver.
How's it going?
Did he give us any sprites?
I don't believe so. He gave us a game idea, which was a memory game. Is anyone working on memory?
Oh, I wanted to, but I don't know if I'm gonna have time.
Oh, he also gave us the idea for the Maze One game, which I was working on, which I think should be in the backpack, so we can work on getting that in after this. He made a game similar to it during his class this week.
Nice.
So good work for that and giving us the inspiration for all of it. We appreciate it.
That's awesome.
Uh-oh. I'm having some errant clone problems. In my pipes game. Okay. Hopefully that fixed it.
Hey, Ed, are you putting your games in the new studio?
I am not sure. Let me have a look.
Because I just went to go look at Ed Studio, and I think I see the game you're working on.
Okay, I'm in... Let me find that studio. Oh, no, yeah, so I need to add them into here. Okay, let me add them in now.
Memory Maze. For some reason, it's not getting added to my list properly. Add Memory Maze to games. I think I did exactly that. Yeah. Blocks are slightly different sizes, though, so maybe... Oh, I think I know what happened. That is kind of annoying, I think. Let's see here. No, that should be fine. Never mind. I take it all back.
Mhm.
Okay. Oh, here we go. Memory maze. All right, so I drag the mouse through the maze without touching the walls that were there and get the cheese. Oh, sweet, man. That's fun. I like this.
Cool, thanks.
Na, 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 na. Ooh, so far so good. All right, here's a red pipe, green pipe. Let's see if I can do this one too. Uh-oh, that's not good. I just got red pipe, green piped.
All right, I got a couple of shout outs to students who sent us sprites that I'm going to use in my Ghost Cow game. First, we've got this awesome,
Oh,
I think it's a planet. It's very cool. From Gabby at If Day.
Thanks,
Nice.
Gabby.
Thank you,
Nice, Gabby.
Gabby.
thanks,
Then
Gabby.
we've got this really neat yellow animal creature that is so cool from Ayla at St. Alphonsus. And
Isla.
thank you, Isla. Is that it?
Yep,
That's
thanks, Isla.
Cool name.
Thanks,
Thanks,
Isla.
Isla. And then we've got this blue snowman from Elsie at Meridian. So thank you so much.
Oh, cool. It draws a...
Good job, everyone.
Oh, Nick, this is super cool. You can't test it unless you're in presentation mode, though. That threw me off a little bit.
Oh, yeah. I don't think it'll work if you're not.
Okay. All right, so the game officially has 2 mini games, which is great. Oh, hey, Maria. So I took a look at it, and I'm still not 100% sure what exactly you're trying to make it do. You're trying to make it work like this game, right? So as long as they're touching each other, they will do something, right? Is that what you were talking about, Maria? The other thing, Maria, is I can remix your game, but I can't. I don't want to save over your game. So we can talk about how to fix it, but then it's going to be up to you to actually implement it. All right, so we got mouse memory is working great. Pipes is working mostly, I think. Coming in for another game, guys. Who's ready? Pork
I think
chopping?
I might have just
I
shared
think
Noodles
finally
in
mine.
there.
Noodle?
And noodle, I can see, yeah.
So is
Pork chopping.
pork chopping.
Okay, let's see here. I'm seeing Memory Maze. We already got that pork chopping, and I see Rose's micro game world.
Where are you guys adding these two then? Not in the studio?
There's a new studio.
So I was just looking at all the remixes of my game.
Oh, I see, okay.
Okay, so Maria, when I click on Force on your game, it does look like Darth Vader does kind of jump a little bit. Let's see here. Got to hit the green flag. Maybe not anymore. Oh, there he goes. When I receive, hit Vader. Do this, and then Force over here, or this Force. Oh, Maria. Okay, so it looks like one of your Force buttons is in a tough spot to get to. It's like hidden behind something. And it looks like that's the one that has the code on it, not the Force that Darth Vader is supposed to use. Let me try and move this out of the wall here. I think if I double click that, there it comes. All right. And then if we point it right, then we've got it nice here. So I think one of the things that's going on here, Maria, is your costume centers on your sprites are pretty far away from the center of them. So if you take a look at Force, his costume center is up above him over here, which means that if you rotate it, he will actually go off the screen. So you got to be careful with that. So now when I click on Force, Darth Vader reacts, and he loses a little chunk of health too, which is pretty cool. Neat. Okay, I'm on an old version here. Have you shared the newer version yet, Maria? I don't think I'm gonna get to make another game today. I still have to integrate a whole bunch of these games here. It's all good.
Oh,
It's all good.
yeah, take one for the team. Hey, we should remind people if they're just tuning in that maybe it didn't quite start at the live point. Like maybe if you just tune in, it starts. Does it just bring you to the?
It'll bring you to
live, or
live
does
while
it-
we're streaming, and then once we're done streaming, if people click on the video, it'll start them from the beginning. So that's a
Okay,
good point,
cool.
though. If you guys are joining in late and you want to see our whole process and everything we've been talking about and all the games that we've been working on, you can rewind the video just like you would a normal YouTube video. And you won't be live with us anymore, so the chat won't be very useful, but you can still check out and see all the things we've already done. All right, Hannah. I am grabbing, what is it? Pork chopping right now.
Awesome.
Is there anything I should, do you have any globals here?
I don't think so.
Awesome. Yeah, it doesn't, oh wait, maybe cans is a global?
Cans is from a different game. I haven't used it. So
All right,
good.
so I don't need it. Then I'm just going to grab what I need here and hop back into our base game. I think so. Let me see. I just did. Okay. Maria, we're running out of time today, so you should definitely ask that question in class when you have class again. And if I have some time today, maybe I can take a look at it. And if you see a remix pop up of your game, it could be me. I'll leave a little note for you if I have time to do that. All right. So now we've got 3 games in our mini games. Let's grab pork chopping. I love pork chops with applesauce. Oh, so good. So good. Do you use the pen at all in this game, Hannah? Wow, that pork chop looks really great.
Thanks.
Oh, sorry, Tati. Your account is Maria, so I thought that was your name. My mistake. Ooh, what are the controls for pork chopping?
Just
Click on the boxer.
Okay, I just lost my first try, but... Oh no, the red pipes. Oh, that was close. Ah, gotcha, Tati. So our viewers that are still in chat here, do you guys watch any other big YouTube streamers? Who's your favorite?
What's everybody working on right now?
Just putting the finishing touches on my X-Wing TIE Fighter game and gonna whack it in the backpack.
Nice.
Sweet.
Cool.
Still working on Fruit Ninja, getting pretty far. Trying to work out a couple bugs here.
Oh, Hannah, the graphics on this pork chopping game. This is top quality stuff you got here.
Thank
Top
you.
quality.
All right.
All right, it's working too. So
Awesome.
I'm gonna go grab
I found it. I used an X position instead of a Y position. Silly me.
whoopsie. The Diamond
alright.
Minecart. Is that a Minecraft stream or something? Sunday. I don't know
sounds very
Sunday. Are they?
Oh, he does.
What kind of?
I'm not sure.
These are some streamers I haven't heard of before, actually.
We should check them out.
Yeah, we'll have to. All right.
Diamond minecart sounds cool. I love Minecraft.
Rose, I have entered your game here.
Yes.
And I need to grab what should I backpack here for the noodle game?
There's 2 noodle sprites and there's a bucket sprite.
Okay.
And-
Noodle.
Yeah, and the noodle has, I think, a global list.
Bucket. Okay. And then are all the other ones for the Invisible Cow game?
No, there's also a words. There's
Sprite 2.
Sprite 2. I should name my sprites. What a bad habit to get into, not naming my
Particularly in
sprites.
projects like this.
Tisk.
Cool.
All right, I'm naming them from now on.
All good. Ghost Cow. Awesome. I'm excited to see this game.
Say hi to everybody.
Hannah's talking to the dog right now, in case anybody was really confused at what was going on there.
She was being very cute. I needed a break. I figured I'd put her on camera.
5 Nights at Oscars. Is that a remix of Five Nights at Freddy's?
I think a friend of hers made it.
Oh, cool.
But since we're running out of time, we'll have to play it after the stream. But I definitely want to play it. It sounds
That's a
awesome.
really fun idea, though. We should do a stream where we play the games that our students have made.
That would be awesome.
So cool.
Yeah, that could be really fun. Because you guys, I mean, we make some interesting games, but you guys make the most fun games. I think we
Oh yeah.
can all agree on that. You guys are way more creative when it comes to this stuff than we are.
Is there like a universal timer in the?
Yes.
Yeah,
The
but you
skeleton
might not want
wall?
to use it in case other people. Yeah, Jack. I don't know.
Yeah, you can use
What do you
it.
think?
Just make sure you reset it before
Sorry.
you use it, and then it's in sensing.
Right.
Because as long as you reset it every time you need to use it, it doesn't matter if other people use it because it
Sure.
won't run at the same time. All the mini games run on their own time.
Cool.
If touching color
Oops.
orange.
I accidentally just added the noodle game to the pork chopping game instead of the original. My bad.
Aha, that's where it was. Forgot I changed that. Okay.
Didn't really
Try it
consider.
again. What was that?
I'm just thinking out loud about my jump rope game.
Jack, where do I find then a remix? Am I going into just the basic skeleton version of the micro game world?
So I'm gonna be the one that actually has to do that because
Okay.
yeah, otherwise you can't actually edit someone else's game without making a remix of it.
Okay.
So I'm just gonna I'm gonna pull everything together. So is your racing game done, or not racing the driving game?
Yeah, I'm just trying to figure out where's the best place to put it. I guess. How are you guys doing?
I'll come grab it as long as it's in the studio. I
Okay,
can
fine.
find it, and then I'll just come and snag it.
Okay, fine, cool.
Yeah. Making your lives a little easier. All right, let's see if this just works straight out of the box. It's always nice when it does. So what are the controls for the noodle game?
Just arrow keys left and
All
right.
right, sounds good.
This track is far more intense than what I was listening to before.
Necrodancer.
Yes,
Mhm.
indeed.
My music is so chill. I feel like it's making me work slower.
Okay. All right, guys, we're starting to run out of time here, so we should, and by starting to run out of time, I mean we're really
Aw.
closing in on it.
We're really closing in on time.
So I'm gonna keep on integrating this stuff, and hopefully we can get all these in here. Are any of you guys close to finishing another game, or?
I'm very
I'm
close.
close, but not
Maybe.
Ooh,
enough.
okay. So it sounds like
Not
what's
close
probably going to happen
enough.
is after the end of the stream, we'll share our first games. All of us will have made one game, and then probably sometime today or tomorrow, we'll update it and we'll add a remix with our second round of games to it. So stay tuned. All right, Noodle, what's going on here?
We'll keep going for 10 minutes, I guess.
Yeah.
Right?
Oh yeah, for sure. We're
not?
not going anywhere
Still
yet.
got some
Jack,
time.
do you need any help stringing things together?
I have a couple questions for Rose, actually.
Oh, okay.
So your starting positions aren't on here, actually. That was one thing I meant to mention but didn't. Where are things supposed to be?
Oh, I think the noodle parts do have starting positions.
Okay,
Do
the
they?
bucket doesn't. Is it supposed to just go to like
The bucket doesn't.
0,
Yeah.
0?
I put the bucket in the lower right-hand corner,
Okay.
sort of. And then the text is just across the top or wherever it's readable.
The bucket
Sorry about
should go
that.
in the lower right-hand corner, you said? I'm sorry.
Yes.
Okay. Sweet. No, that's totally fine. I just needed to check in and see where you wanted it. All right, broadcast noodle. There's the bucket. My noodles aren't showing up.
The noodles aren't showing up.
Yeah. Strange. They don't have ghost effect on them, do they?
No.
They look like they should show, right?
Yeah, I mean, I was having trouble with them showing.
Oh,
which is why I put the show in the repeat.
I think I might know what's going on here. Let me see here.
Is it the game state? Are they touching the edge?
I think it might be the game state.
Yeah, I changed the game state.
Oh, here we go.
again
Here we go. I got a noodle.
It was like doing.
I got a noodle.
multiple checks and X's.
And it goes in the bucket.
You got the noodle.
Oh my
Did you put
gosh.
the noodle in the bucket?
That's amazing. Hold on. The noodle tail just goes straight though. It's not following me.
It's not.
Yeah, the noodle, the back end of the noodle.
I should look at your stream.
Repeat until not game state equals noodle. Show. Pen down. That looks good. Set.
Oh yeah, well,
size.
the back end of the noodle is supposed to be a rail. But it should be
Ooh. Woo.
reading off of that
Right,
list.
right. It's like a
Moving
snake
with
game.
it.
I really like the way you did that.
Yeah.
That's really cool.
All right. I have added Fruit Ninja to the studio. Be ready to go.
Awesome. Oh,
It has.
I see what happened here. So I think what happened is both of those sprites made a private list out of the
they're not
public list.
sharing.
Yeah. And so they both have their own private noodle directions. And just talking about this game is fun. Private noodle directions.
Is there a way to
Yes.
not do that?
Yeah, I can fix it. I'm on it.
Okay.
I'm so on it.
Thank you.
Then up X and Y.
It also gives me the opportunity to rename your list.
How dare you rename my noodle list?
I renamed it to the convention I was talking about before.
Fine.
Conventions.
It better still have the word noodle in
Oh,
it.
don't worry. It's all caps noodle and then underscore directions.
Okay.
Don't you worry. Okay, here we go. Noodles. Oh, this is awesome. This is awesome. This is awesome. So, how do you lose this game?
If you hit the edge.
Gotcha. And does it go faster and faster?
Yes.
Cool.
I didn't do extensive testing with the difficulty, so
Meh.
I don't know. I was trying to just tweak that.
No
but
worries.
For now, it's okay.
It's okay. We have all of our play testers to help us with the balance later, so no worries.
That's true.
Oh. For some reason, whenever I fail my Flappy Bird game, it counts for success.
Uh-oh.
That's not as intended. If touching bird.
Oh my goodness. The noodle game starts so quickly. Oh. Oh. Goodness, this is really hard. Flappy Bird.
My jump rope is too thin.
Are you trying out the
Oh,
game so far, Nick?
I am. Yeah, it's it's tough.
Some of them
They're
are
hard.
pretty hard. Some of them are less so. Oh, nice! I beat pork chopping it for the first time.
It looks like one of the pipes
Oh, noodles.
didn't go away after my mouse maze game. Also, I have not been able to beat the pork chopper at all. How are you supposed
What?
to beat that?
You have to click
You
on
click
him.
on the boxer.
I lose every time. I click on him as fast as I can.
I click and hold on him, and that seems to work. But I think that might be cheating.
Wait, let me test it. Let me test it.
The holding doesn't work for me.
Let me test it. All right.
Dan is skeptical. I just changed the pipe code, so it shouldn't do that anymore, Nick.
Oh, noodle. So fast. I feel like I need like a second to like get ready to move the noodle because I have to move over to the keys.
That's good though. I like that
Oh,
because
yeah.
the noodle game otherwise I think is pretty easy,
Oh, no.
but the fact that you have to react to it really fast, I like that.
It is very easy otherwise.
I think it's good. I think that's a fun way to balance the game. The fun thing about these mini games is all of them should be difficult in different ways. That's what makes it
That's true.
interesting.
Yeah, I cannot beat the pork chopper.
Okay, I'm checking it out. I wasn't having any problems before I
I
added.
beat it once.
Oh,
Just
really?
once. Just
Interesting.
once.
Like, did you play it once? Or?
I played it maybe 4 or 5 times, but I beat it once.
Okay. Because I was beating it 15 times.
Well, maybe we're just not as good as her. Are you listening to like Eye of the Tiger or something over there? How are you? So what game is ready? We have a Fruit Ninja game that's ready, and X-Wing versus TIE Fighter is ready too.
Should do, yeah.
Yep.
I think I put it in the right place.
Sweet! I'm going in.
Oh, Jack, did you not pull my background?
I didn't know you had a background. Oh.
Just adds to the environment, you know.
Did you, Ed? Did you make this
Yeah.
game as a remix to the other game, or at all, or did you just make this game standalone?
I made that the X-Wing
Yeah.
one? Yeah, I've made that and I've put it in the Scratch Day live stream studio.
Okay, but you didn't actually remix the skeleton when you made it, right?
Oh, no, I can do that for you.
No,
Where
that's
can
fine.
find
I got
the
it.
skeleton?
I'll grab it.
Are you
Yep,
sure?
I can make it work.
Okay.
Jack, your pipes are popping up in random
What are you
names,
talking
just
about?
So you know.
My pipes would do no such thing. My pipes are very polite. Yeah, I don't know what's going on with them. I need to look at their code a little bit.
I also have a thing where it looks like my check marks and X's don't ever stay. There's just like a dot there instead.
Oh, I'm not having that problem. This is weird that we're all having.
Are you guys playing in
We're all
presentation
making our own
mode?
bugs.
I am, yeah.
Strange.
Oh, I'm not.
I would definitely play in presentation mode. The
Well,
mouse
we got
game doesn't
3
work.
minutes left, gang.
Yeah, I was trying to figure out how to play the mouse game.
Yeah, once the oh geez, no, pipes so hard. Oh my goodness, double pipe.
The pipe, the pipe.
It should never double pipe. That's weird.
Yeah, it did.
I'm
I somehow
having
beat
no
it, though.
problem with a boxing
So-
game.
The mouse game.
I win like every time. Are you guys just bad at it?
I'm trying it now and I failed once already.
Ah,
Yeah, I failed every single time.
Oh, I
I've
just
never
did it.
completed
I just did it.
Nice.
Okay, it's possible. Nick, you gotta up your game.
You gotta do
Also,
some
the
training,
game
man.
Sometimes.
the problem is that you can't spam click because it doesn't register it as a sprite click sort of thing.
Nick,
I think
Wait,
that-
I think Nick should just do a
So are
quick
you-
little montage and then come back, and I'm sure
Oh,
he'll be
I beat
ready.
it. Okay, so you're. No, so I beat it, but I was like clicking slowly. So you're not supposed to spam the click?
Well, it doesn't register.
Well, it doesn't register that you click the when sprite click doesn't run if you.
So you have to wait for him to pull back his punch before you click him again?
I think so.
I see. Okay,
I think
that's.
so.
I guess.
Oh my
it's
gosh, yeah, it
strange.
happens so quick. You only have to click him like 3 times.
Yeah.
So you just gotta hit the
Right.
tempo right. Just right when
Yeah,
he
I
pulls
was
back,
doing
hit
like,
it
as
again.
Yeah,
fast as
'cause
I
it-
could,
Yeah,
and
it's
it
just the
wasn't-
timing.
Ah.
That's all it is.
I mean,
see.
that's if you guys have any ideas about how I can do that otherwise, but it's just how I think
The when sprite clicked.
the
Well,
when sprite
yeah,
clicked
When I do
hat block works.
when I do clicking things, instead of doing when sprite clicked, I would say like if touching mouse and mouse down, and then do whatever it's supposed to do, and then wait until not mouse down.
Oh, that's so much
So
more
that
complicated.
it
Ah,
doesn't,
that's so much more complicated than just a hat.
it works a lot better. I usually I'll do like an if mouse down, and then immediately afterwards do wait until mouse up, and then do what it's supposed to do. So you have to do a full click before anything happens. But yeah, either way works. Nick's way works well too.
Okay, well, I can add
Okay,
that in.
well I can add that in if you guys want to spam click.
I like the idea that it's more about time.
I like the
though.
timing idea. As long as it's clear
It
that
feels-
that's what it is,
feels
I think
more
it's good.
satisfying
So
if you're like, yeah.
a lot of the time when I fail on the Flappy Pipes game, it like
The pipe disappears and you
keeps
go straight
going
through
for a
it.
bit.
Alright, guys. We should
Alright
check out
guys,
the
we should
time now.
check out the time
I
now.
know. We gotta wrap things
Yeah,
up.
the
Oh
time is
yeah,
now.
wow, time flies.
Oh.
No, that was like
I
Time
know,
flies when
that
you're
was
making
like
awesome
the
games.
fastest 3 hours
It sure
ever.
does.
So can you guys get
Alright.
started while I finish up integrating stuff? Would you guys read down all of our contributors that gave us stuff to work in? Because we clearly didn't have enough time to make anywhere close to the
Totally.
number of
Good
games we
idea.
wanted to and use the number of sprites we wanted
So
to.
many great ideas.
But we definitely want to thank everybody for helping us out. So let's get into that.
Absolutely.
Absolutely.
Well, I
Um,
want to thank Franny
from Queen Anne and Nash
from
from BFJ for helping me out with jump rope. For spam cans, I want to thank Jackson for West Woodland. For Capture the Flag, which I did not have time to get to, I want to thank Liam. For ham boxing, I want to thank Maverick for that idea. For the memory game, which I did not have time to get to, I want to thank Oliver. Thank you guys all so much for your contributions. It was super fun.
Awesome. And I would like to thank Ezra from West Woodland for Memory Maze, Branson from St. Alphonsus for the Fruit Ninja idea, and then the games I didn't get to, I'd say, let's see, we've got Balancing Act from Isaiah from BFJ. Thank you, Isaiah. Imperials vs. Rebellion from Elaine from Cascadia. Thank you, Elaine. We've got a riddle game from Cameron from Queen Anne Elementary. Thank you, Cameron. And Monkey versus Gobo from Phoebe and Camilla from West Woodland. Thank you all so much. Hopefully next time I'll get to those other ones.
No, you guys were awesome. Thank you so much for all your contributions. This we will put the link to this game in the description of this video. We'll also make sure we send it out. We'll put a post on probably some of our social media and stuff. So if you want to play it, keep your eyes open.
And we need play testers.
We do.
You guys have to tell us if it's well balanced.
Yeah.
Yeah, give us your thoughts.
Yes, please play.
Yeah, so be sure to check out our Facebook page. There's lots of cool stuff on there. We'll put all the new stuff that we do up there for sure. Don't hesitate to
Subscribe
ask.
to the YouTube.
Sorry.
Subscribe to the YouTube because we'll do
Yeah.
some more streams in the future.
Yeah, definitely
Yeah, definitely.
subscribe. We'll this was a ton of fun. We had a lot of fun doing this, so we'll probably do it again.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
And if you guys like us a lot, let us know so that we, know we'll have more viewers for next time. And yeah, keep an eye on our website, on our Facebook for more info about us doing these again, or ask your instructors.
Yep.
Awesome. Thanks so much, everyone.
Thank you,
Yeah,
everyone.
thanks for coming out.
Thanks, guys.
It was a lot of fun.
See you guys.
All right.
Bye.
Bye-bye.
CC4K signing out. See you next time.
See you next time.
See you guys.
Bye.